And indeed, how great it is to be here this morning. And today marks the 10th of April 2024. And let me say welcome to the program Good Morning Liberia. On your best radio station, Voice of Liberia 104.1 in Monrovia, 89.7 in Kakata Magibi, 90.7
from political nonsense
in Bon County,
from economic rubbish
and other frequencies across the country. Let me say good morning and welcome to Good Morning Liberia. Courage isn't having the strength to go on. It is going on when you don't have strength. That is courage. It is not when you have the strength to go on. We know that you are courageous. It is when there is no more strength. You don't have the zest. You don't have the energy to go on. That's where courage comes in. That's where we get to know that you have courage.
African soldier.
Do not judge me by success.
African soldier.
Judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up. Do not judge me by success.
Got to real African soldier.
The amount of times that you fell down and then you got back up, that is where people should be judging you from. Because guess what?
Soldier.
The strength to get up when one falls is something that not too many person can do. When a person falls, they want to remain there. They don't have the zest. They don't have the energy. They don't have the strength to get up. There where you see people saying in life, "Oh yeah, I am already, so let me just continue." They don't want to get up. When they stop their schools, when there is no money and they stop for a semester and start to sell, they don't want to get up and start school again. But let me give you this morning. The amount of times that you will get up, we will know your strength. If you fall down, all you need to do is put yourself together and get back on your feet. It's not too late for anything. Where there is no struggle, there is no strength. Certainly, you have to struggle. Life is about struggling. You have to go through the dark days in order to get to where you want to be. And when you look back, you tell people that is where I came from. And let me say welcome to the program. Good morning, Liberia. My name is Samira Wonlah, and I'm here this morning to take you up to 10 o'clock. As we all know, all Muslims in the country, around the world, they broke their fast already. So today we cannot have Sekou Sheriff here with us because of that.
African soldier.
But on tomorrow, we are going to have him here, certainly. Let me say good morning and welcome to the program. Good morning, Liberia. Wherever you are joining us from, if you are watching us via Facebook, I urge that you be able to share the live video and drop your comment, as I will be able to acknowledge those of you that's following us this morning on the platform. Too many things to discuss, and we are going to discuss the issue bits and pieces this morning. We will take them bit by bit and be able to give you it as it should be. Let me say welcome again. Let me be able to read out our menu for today, what we have on our plate for today. Let me be able to tell you some of the things that we will be discussing this morning. From there, I start to acknowledge those of you following this platform. So this morning at 7:30 to 8 o'clock, we will talk to our correspondents out of Liberia. We will talk to our correspondent in Uganda. We will talk to our correspondent in Ghana. We will talk to our correspondent in Sierra Leone. We will talk to our correspondent in Cameroon. Shortly, we will bring them to you so that they be able to tell us some of the things that's happening outside of Liberia. And at 8 o'clock this morning, we will talk about the World Economic Crimes Court. We will also phone in Patrick Swart from Minnesota so that he'll be able to weigh in on this. As we all know, the big news in the country, the big news is that 28 senators, they came to one agreement for the establishment of the World Economic Crimes Court. And this is unusual. Former warlord Prince Johnson turned senator, and Thomas Yaya Nimlin, they both signed the agreement for the establishment of the World Economic Crimes Court. They did that, and they gave their reasons. All senators gave their reasons why they signed this particular agreement. The only senator that never signed the World Economic Crimes Court was Senator James Barney from Maryland, and he gave his reason why he never signed the World Economic Crimes Court. But I should say that this is great, but let us remember that it's not into law yet. The both houses, they will have to join together and have a joint resolution. And it was just a concurrence, of the whole thing. It has not yet taken effect. The both houses have to join together to be able to come to one agreement. What the House of Representatives did, it was what the Liberian Senate did on yesterday. Just that the whole process was being dragged. It took a little while. So now all we know is that the senators, 28 senators, they agreed, which means they are in the majority, meaning they agree for the establishment of the War and Economic Crimes Court. And now they both houses, which is the House of Representatives or the legislature, you can term it, they will have to do a joint resolution on this particular issue so that we'll be able to pass it into law. But that is good. That's a good news. At 9 o'clock this morning, fellow Liberians, at 9 o'clock, we will talk about the disrespectful, I can say this again, the disrespectful labor minister. This is a person who keeps violating the law, who keeps disobeying the president's mandate. We will talk about him. Excuse me, Kopa Kura. We are going to talk about Kopa Kura this morning. He keeps disobeying the law, which is not good for our country. We will talk about him. The corruption there, it keeps growing and growing and growing to the extent that he's hiring civil servants, wherein civil servants, there's a freeze on all civil servants account, that there should be no employment till after all that will be done when it comes to the listing all of the civil servants, those people that they have to drop and all of that. After the 3 months, then they will start to employ civil servants, and they will have to take the civil servants test before they get employed. But the labor minister, he keeps hiring people. We will talk about that at 9 o'clock this morning. And also on yesterday, PROSA had a press conference, and it was relating to the protest or the march, because they said peaceful march, that was to be held on the 14th of April, which is this Sunday. And it was postponed. It was postponed to April 19 because of Muslims and Christian holidays. These people, you have people who will be coming in solidarity with them, so they wouldn't want to, be in the way why you have these people celebrating their holidays. So it was being postponed. That was the reason they gave, that the march was being postponed to the 19th of April. As well, the Protest March is about the fire incident in Liberia, the continuous fire incident in Liberia. There will be a march on April 19th. And on yesterday, you have few lawmakers who attended the press conference at the University of Liberia, Capitol Hill. You had Yakia Koluba, Honorable Yakia Koluba from District number 10. You also had Safoko, Honorable Safoko from District number 9, and the other people, they were there, and they made remarks. We will bring you what they said on yesterday concerning the peaceful march issue. So that's it this morning. These are things that we will be discussing. You continue to share the live video, as I will be bringing you all of these things this morning. Let me be able to acknowledge some of our followers this morning. And after the acknowledgement, we will be able to get to our international correspondence this morning. I'm hoping that we'll be able to get what we can get sooner to be able to go to them this morning. Let me be able to acknowledge those of you following us this morning. This is Ambassador Delano Roosevelt Zoe. He says, "Good morning, Voice of Liberia. I'm following live from my District 15, resident Bushra Island. Keep on the good broadcast." Ili Q Moba says, "Good morning, VOL. I'm watching from Weaver Community District number 5, Monserrado County. And Jude One Way. Jude One Way says, good morning, guys. Please share this video. Continue to share the live video. Philip Fokotomba. Philip Fokotomba says, good morning, my little sister Samira and Seku. I'm Philip Fokotamba watching live from T Junction, Catwell. Drew J. One says, good morning, guys. Please share the live video. Let me see as to if I can get more comments here. And then this is Honorable Emmanuel Glocon. He says, good morning. I'm following you from Bernard's Farm Community or Pinsville. Jude Williams, Jude One he says, I'm watching from Johnsonville. David Nimlin, he goes on and says, good morning. I'm watching from Jacobstown Rehab Community. Thanks for the show. Nasiro Ba, he goes on and says, good morning, guys. I'm following you from New Matadi. Elijah Sipo, he says, good morning, voice of Liberia family. I'm watching from Chicken Soup Factory, Gandersville. And let me use this time to say happy Ramadan to all my Muslim brothers and sisters. Certainly, my brother, happy Ramadan to all of them. They went through the fast and their big day is coming. Jeremiah Va says, good morning, voice of Liberia. My name is Jeremiah Va from the David Dean Town, Kokoya District, Bon County. Christopher Blessing on Blessing Wetwe Jr. He says, good morning, Samira. I'm watching from Bongman's Bridge. Kutape says, I'm watching you guys from Banka City, Bon County, Liberia. Amos Daniel Batama. He says, good morning, VOL family. I'm watching from the central Liberia, Bon County. Prince Blessed E. Kamara goes on and says, good morning, VOL. I'm following from Bandersville Estate. Aaron T. Momo says, good morning, VOL family. I'm watching from Banka City, Bon County, Liberia. Thanks for the show. Thanks for watching. Papi Keita says, good morning, VOL CDC Success, Papi Keita from Dupont Road. Patrick Dolo goes on and he says, good morning, Samira. I'm watching from Soul Clinic. Is Sima Kia writes, good morning, Samira. Let me say happy Ramadan to Mantanamic CEO Sekou V. Sharif Jr. And may Allah continue to guard and bless him. Sekou Sharif T. Shite. Oh man. Sinwe T. Saras. Sinwe T. Saras. He says, says, good morning, VOL family. I'm watching you from Banka City, Bon County. Thanks for the show, Samira. Samira, please give this number to the CEO. Please, I really need help from you guys. Please, okay? Zenbuyu Tube. He says, watching from Dubai. Happy Eid Mubarak to all Muslims. Okay. Isaac Tour says, good morning, VOL. I'm following from my resident in the community district number 4. Abraham Jupor Harris says, good morning, voice of Liberia. I'm following from Fanjo community, Banka City, Bon County. Okay. Philip L. Detua, he says, good morning, voice of Liberia, and good morning to our CEO, and also good morning to my beautiful Nimba County sister, Samira Wonlah. My name is Philip L.G. Detua, following you guys live from Banka City, Bon. Thank you so much. Thank you to the Voice of Liberia for giving us information every day across the country and outside of Liberia. We are proud of you guys. I pray and hope that God will continue to bless you people and give you long life and prosperity in Jesus' name. Amen. Philip Tetua. Tina Watadwo says, Dr. Tina Watadwo, watching from Bandersville. Andrew K. Blackie writes, good morning, voice of Liberia. My name is Andrew K. Blackie, watching from Banka City, Bon County. Let me say happy Ramadan to all Muslims in and around the world. Patricia Brown is watching from Rehab. Philanthropist, Pedorans philanthropist. He writes, "Good morning, Samira. I'm watching you. I'm watching your show from Banka City, Bon County. You look beautiful this morning, Samira. Thanks for maintaining the body." Thank you, my brother. Anthony WT Batsuna says, "Good morning, Sister Samira. Wonlah. I'm watching you from 23rd Street. Thank you so much." Eugene Jopo says, "Good morning, VOL family. I'm watching from Capital Bypass, and we are broadcasting from Capital Bypass." Joseph Colette says, "Good morning, Voice of Liberia. I have more than 8 persons that are with me this morning listening to Voice of Liberia. Samira Sim Wonlah, please help me with Middlesex speaker so as many of my community members can know what is happening in around our country. I'm watching from Banka City, Bon County." Okay, continue to watch. Mohammed J. Sharif says, "Good morning, VOL family. I'm watching from Jacobstown, St. Francis community. Um, Samira, if you ride on the tiger's back, you will end in its belly. JNB will end in Tiger's Yeke Koluba and Prophet Kid bellies. YPYJ will end in the belly of JNB, the 80-year-old man that doesn't have wisdom. May Allah bless our country." This is Stobatas M. Young Jr. says, "Following from Puebline Community District number 3, Montserrat County." Rinse Bear says, "S. Rinse Bear monitoring live from Cinco, Monrovia." John Small writes, "Good morning, VOL. Is VOL, not VOVEO, please. My name is John Small. I'm following you from Margibi County, Kakata City." Zenebu Tope is watching from Dubai. "Always, Prince Johnson, your time has come. Those innocent pregnant women and children you killed, including killing of President Samuel Doe, you will pay the price. So stop playing." J. Tonala McGill says, "Good morning. I'm following from Banka, Bon County, one of UL staffs in Bon County. Thanks for following, McGill." Prince Toga Gable Senior says, "Good morning, Voice of Liberia. I'm watching you live from Airfield 5. Intelligent Johnson Dickerson writes, "Good morning, VOF family. Intelligent Johnson Dickerson watching from the port of Monrovia. This show is one of the best, and I'm always passionate about being a part. Keep up the good work. Information is all we need at this critical juncture. Mama, Liberia is all we have. This state will not burn. God above all. Certainly, this state won't burn, my brother." Eugene Jopo says, "VOL family, good morning. Our country is in a serious mess. How can we have a president who is not in charge of the country? Look, boycott presidency is a serious embarrassment for the people of Liberia." That's your thoughts. Blessed Prince E. Kamara says, "Good morning, VOL. I'm following from Bannersville Estate." Marcus Sao says, "Good morning. My name is Marcus Sao, following from Kakata City, Markipi County. You guys are working. Thank you." Ines Tosa says, Ines Tosa watching from USA. Obi Kola says, "Good morning. I'm following you from Banka, Bon County." David Sedi says, watching from Lower USA. Daniel Collins says, "Good morning, Voice of Liberia. I'm Daniel D. Colley, following you from Banka City, Bon County." Julius Civili says, "Good morning, Voice of Liberia. Watching from Banka, Bon County." Joe A. Tokpa says, "Good morning. Watching from ELWA. Musa Fofana says, "Good morning. Watching from Jacobstown, Lone Star." Ometo Moba says, "Good morning. I'm following your broadcast from Botota, Kokoya District, Abtule Dukle." Says, good morning, my dear beautiful sister Samira. Wonlah, happy Ramadan to me and all Muslims in Liberia and around the world. I'm following from my new Matadi Estate residence in Singapore, Monrovia, Liberia. Okay, so we cannot read all of the comments coming in because we have other things to discuss this morning. So we won't read all of the comments coming in. So just shortly, we will go to our international correspondents to be able to talk to them this morning. We will do that shortly. But just before that, the issue of the World Economic Crimes Court, let's be able to talk about it. Just before we do that, let's be able to talk about the issue of the World Economic Crimes Court. Like I said, that it is not yet passed into law. Both houses will have to come and do joint resolution. But just like the House of Representatives did, the Liberian Senate just did that. Just that the process was dragging and it took a little while before you could before we could see that they came to one conclusion. But they came to one conclusion that the War and Economic Crimes Court should be established within the country. It was just a concurrence. And now it has not yet taken full effect. They will have to do a joint resolution. The representatives and the senators, they will have to do a joint resolution and be able to pass it into law. Majority of the senators, they sign in favor. Majority of the representatives, they sign in favor of the World Economic Crimes Court. But something unusual, right? Many people, like I said, and I have always been saying, when we talk about the War and Economic Crimes Court, we are not limiting it to war laws, right? When War Economic Crimes Court comes in, it doesn't mean that it's just bounded on Prince Johnson head. No, that is not it. It doesn't mean that it's just on Thomas Yaya Nimley head. No, that's not it. It's for everyone, right? Those of the people who stole from the Liberian people. And most importantly, the most important thing about this World Economic Crimes Code is that it's not just coming to be able to make people to answer for what they did for the Civil War, what they did up to 2003. That is not it. It will also set a precedent for those people that will want to get into such act, for those people that will want to steal from the Liberian people. If they want to steal excessively, they will know that the Economic Crimes Court will come for them one day. That is it. It's not just about today. The World Economic Crime Court, people seeing it for just today. It is not just for today. It is also for tomorrow. Okay, so it was the resolution that was forwarded to the House of Representatives for the constitution of a joint conference committee to harmonize the amendment. Okay, so that is it. That's what we said. So that is it. It's also for tomorrow. Those of you that will want to steal from the Liberian people. Now I know that other Liberians, they are satisfied with this, because now the representatives and the senators, they have come to one conclusion. They will do the joint resolution soon. A conference will be held and all of that. But something unusual happened. Many people thought that because of the way in which when you talk about the World Economic Crimes Court, the former world law Prince Johnson, who is senator now, will respond to it. He will be the first to respond to it, and he will say a whole lot of things, a whole lot of 30 remarks he will give them. Because of that, many people thought that Senator Johnson wouldn't have signed the agreement. She wouldn't have been one of those senators that would sign to be for the establishment of the World Economic Crimes Court. Many thought that he wouldn't do it, but he did. And he gave his reason why he did such. He did. He gave his reason. And if I can recall, he stated about the massacre within the Lutheran church in Nimba County. He want to know what happened there. Right? He did. He gave that. So it is shocking to many people. It's unusual for the senator of Nimba County, Prince Johnson, to sign this particular agreement so that the World Economic Crimes Court can be established. It's something that is shocking, and we all look forward. The war in Economic Crimes Court is important. Someone would like to ask, why is it important? I just gave the reason why it's important, because it makes people to account for what they did. The past years, the civil war that was brought to Liberia, the civil war, it will make people to account for what they did, why they did it. All of these questions will be asked. 28 senators, they signed. 28 senators, they gave their reasons why they signed it. The Senate believe that the decision is going to be a big step that will bring closure to atrocities committed during the Civil War. It's not just the Senate, but other Liberians. We Liberians will believe that the Civil War ended in 2003, and it resulted to the death of about 250,000 people. 250,000 people were killed. We need to have people to account for these lives that were taken, these people that were killed. When your name is on the TRC list, you need to go and account for it. You need to tell the Liberian people why you did so. What was the cost? You will need to do that. That is it. You will need to do it. So that is the big news within Liberia. It's something that is out there, and we will get Liberians' view as to how they feel about it, how they feel about what is going on, and as to if they expect the resolution to take place sooner so that the court can be established within the country. It's something that we will talk about. It's something that you will give your take on as to how it should be done. We'll also play you the voices of the senators. Let me be able to get it. Let me be able to get these voices from yesterday. You will listen to them. They gave their reasons why they are going through to sign the agreement of the World Economic Crimes Court for it to be established within the country. They are doing that. And okay, there will be no more joint resolution. Okay, but either a bill to establish the court. Okay, I'm getting a report that there will be no more joint resolution, but it will be either a bill to support or establish the court. So it is the bill now that we are talking about. No more joint resolution. The bill to establish the court. So let's just say the joint resolution part, it is done. The joint resolution is wherein the representatives, they came together and came to one understanding. The senators did yesterday. So there will be a bill now to establish the court. That is where we at. So no more joint resolution. Let me be able to bring you the voices of these senators from yesterday on the World Economic Crimes Court. Okay, all right. Okay, let me see as to if, okay.
We are now taking a position to come to the world to send a message that bad behavior will be punished no matter how long, no matter how far, no matter the age. Today is that beginning. We are now taking a position to come to the world to say, give the opportunity to those who have perpetrated this war against humanity to come and present the case. I see it also as an opportunity to those that are alleged violators to come before a court and exonerate themselves. As we know, in Liberia, individuals are perceived guilty as charged, even without due process. So I think it is in favor of the country and its people and those alleged for the establishment of this court to give them the opportunity. The culture of impunity has been a practice in Liberia for years. to the extent that the people of this great nation have lost confidence in some of these processes. We all know in our communities that when crimes are committed, after it comes to light or it is reported, you hear among our people that after 2 weeks that we die. I think this step is commendable. It is the beginning of rebuilding trust in our system.
To send a message that bad behavior will be punished no matter how long, no matter how far, no matter the age. Today is that beginning.
But we are now taking a position to come to the world to say, give the opportunity to those who have perpetrated this war against humanity to come and present the case. I see it also as an opportunity to those that are alleged violators to come before a court and exonerate themselves. As we know, in Liberia, individuals are perceived guilty as charged, even without due process. So I think it is in favor of the country and its people and those alleged for the establishment of this court to give them the opportunity. The culture of impunity has been a practice in Liberia for years, to the extent that the people of this great nation have lost confidence in some of these processes. We all know in our communities that when crimes are committed, after it comes to light or it is reported, you hear among our people that after 2 weeks that we die. I think this step is commendable. It is the beginning of rebuilding trust in our system.
All right, so let's have the joint resolution on war and economic
Joint
crimes court.
resolution number JR-001-2024 of the Senate and House of Representatives of the Republic of Liberia on the mechanisms for the establishment of an extraordinary criminal court and a domestic corruption court for war and economic crimes, respectively. Whereas the various phases of the Liberian civil wars from 1989 to 2003 resulted in deaths of innocent civilians and destruction across Liberia, including the displacement of nearly half of the population, horrific abuses, including summary executions, massacres, mutilation, torture, rape, and other forms of sexual violence, and forced conscription and use of child combatants. And whereas Chapter 1, Article 1 of the 1986 Constitution of Liberia vests power in the people of Liberia to institute by their authority and for their benefit the right to alter and reform their government when their safety and happiness so requires. And whereas for the safety and happiness of the people, the government of Liberia, pursuant to Article 57 of the 1986 Constitution, has signed all United Nations Conventions on Human Rights, treaties, protocols, and agreements, including but not limited to the Rome Statute of 1998. Thereafter, the legislature, consistent with Article 34F, has ratified all of the international treaties, human rights conventions, protocols, and agreements, including the Rome Statute of the International Criminal Court, to form part of the domestic laws of the Republic of Liberia. And whereas Article 34J of the 1986 Constitution vests in the legislature the power and authority to establish various categories of courts for criminal offenses and provide for the punishment thereof, and the creation of specialized courts, including the extraordinary criminal court, is intended for the security of the state, as in keeping with Article 34
All right, so let's be able to hold it there quickly as we go to our international correspondence. When we get back, we will go into that. We will bring you the voice of Prince Johnson and other senators as they signed the agreement on yesterday for the establishment of the Warren Economic Crime School. Let's be able to go to one of our correspondents, that is Bayola Moses from Uganda. Let's be able to phone in and see what is happening on that side of the world. Let's be able to get him on the line quickly. We will talk to 4 of our correspondents in 4 countries as they be able to bring us happenings from their countries this morning. So let me see as to if I can get Bayola Moses on the line this morning. Let me be able to let me get it back. It's not going through. I don't know why. Let me be able to get him on the line. So that is it. Too many things happening within the country. Too many things happening within the country. And that is the big news currently as we speak. That is the big news as we speak. So let's be able to talk to all right. Let me see as to if I can move to the next person. Yeah. From Ghana. Let me see as to if I can get him on the line this morning and we'll be able to ask questions as to what is going on currently on that side. What is going on in Ghana? Yes, there is a news from there and we would like to get it. And if you are just tuning in, this is Voice of Liberia 1411. Currently, it is the program Good Morning Liberia with Samira Wonlah this morning. All right, we have on the line Jonas Barubi. We have Jonas Barubi from Ghana this morning. Good morning, Jonas.
Good morning.
Okay, Jonas, there is a report that Ghana is facing a potential health crisis after the Global Fund suspended shipments of essential medical supplies due to the delays in clearing previous donation stock at Tempa Port. You can give information as to what is going on there with the shipments and the health crisis?
Well, so the issue is that Global Fund is actually an organization that supports nations with these essential drugs, those that are kind of developing countries, and Ghana happens to be one of them. Now, this particular medicine that we are talking about has been at the port of Ghana for the beginning, somewhere December till now. Ending of last year till now, and has not been cleared to be put in use. So the issue here is that all those that need these all essential medicines to save their lives cannot have access to it, and it's stuck to at the port of Ghana. But now the question is, why are they stuck over there? One cannot say, because this is a government to government donation, and so the government of Ghana is supposed to take charge to ensure that they clear it. It's not an individual that you may need to go and do some processes and pay some money before clearing them. But then the government has, without any clear explanation, has not been able to explain to the Ghanaian citizen why they have left the drugs at the ports of the country.
So what is keeping the government from clearing the drugs?
What is keeping the government from clearing it is the question that everybody is asking. But then the government kept giving, when this issue came up and people are now raising concerns, only yesterday that the Information Ministry issued a statement and trying to explain that it was not deliberate and that there were certain processes that they were following. But as to what processes, no one can tell because they have not given more details as to why they have left it there. A country that is in charge, responsible of taking taxes and responsible for even putting people at the port to ensure that people passing through there will pay before they clear it. And the government itself, not even anything but essential drugs. So no proper explanation has been given, no proper reason has been given to the Ghanaian citizen apart from telling us they were following processes to clear it.
Okay, Jonas, what has been the concern of Global Fund for this lockup?
Well, so Global Fund actually is worried. They even sent a delegation to the country to come and actually confirm whether it is true that the drugs are not cleared. But they came, and it is true, the drugs are still locked up at the port of Ghana, and they actually are threatening to stop sending or supporting the country with the essential drugs. They have even started, and their concern right now is that if the first drugs that are currently at the port are not cleared and put into use, they are not going to send any other medicine to the country again. So that's the first sanction. And the second will be that if care is not taken and Ghana is able to explain matters to them, they may completely sending essential drugs to the country.
How are Ghanaians reacting to this development?
Of course, it will not be good news to people because every day people go to hospital and to look for some medicines, especially HIV/AIDS patients, because antiretroviral drugs are also locked up there. And these people on daily basis need these medicines to keep them fit, so they can live for the period that they have on earth. And so almost all the stakeholders in health have raised some eyebrows, with some people even sending a notice that they may go onto the street to demonstrate against the government because people will be dying if these medicines are not out. And the concern is on some critical medicines for malaria, HIV/AIDS, tuberculosis. And these are everyday medicines that they need in their lives. And so there's a looming protest. They may go on the street and protest against the government if they do not clear it and distribute it to the various health facilities for usage.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Jonas Mbarubi. Thank you. So that was Jonas, one of our correspondents, and he's from Ghana. And you heard it for yourself about the shipment. And if it is not out into health facilities, people would be dying. Let's be able to go to Cameroon. Let's be able to go to Cameroon quickly to talk to Afonso Tibek. Let's be able to get him on the line and know as to what is going on in Cameroon currently this morning. All right, so we have Afonso Tibek on the line from Cameroon. Good morning, Afonso.
Good morning, Samira, and thanks a lot for having me.
Okay, so in Cameroon, Afonso, there's a wave of fear and it has grasped the country's media landscape following the brutal murder of journalist Sylvie Nico Yibel in Yaoundé, Cameroon's capital. And this tragic incident comes just weeks after the high-profile case of Matisa Zogo raising serious concern over press freedom and safety in the country. You care telling us as to what led to all of these things, the brutal murder of the journalist and all of that. You care explaining to what is happening there?
Yes, Samira, just to know that Yebel's body was discovered on Tuesday morning. That's in a neighborhood in Yaoundé, known as the Sam neighborhood. And this body actually bore signs of a violent attack. There are witnesses who have told us that she was abducted before the killing. And this actually added another level of horror to that crime. The journalist was a communication officer for the Central African Forest Commission, known as COMIFAC. She was actually a journalist that I've come across while practicing about 3 times. She was a dedicated advocate for environmental protection and biodiversity, and her death has actually sent a chilling message to journalists who dare to speak out on sensitive issues in Cameroon.
So have the authorities made any statement so far?
Well, yes, in response to this horrific incident, the Environment and Information in Central Africa has issued a strong statement that actually condemn what they describe as the senseless violence and calling for swift justice. And we also have information that has reached us this morning that the authorities in Yaoundé have said the son of the journalist is responsible for her death, and that she was reportedly killed by his own son with 2 unknown individuals at a neighborhood in Yaoundé, and he has been arrested so far, while his alleged accomplices are on the run. And there is this report that aired on one of the TV stations in Cameroon on Tuesday night that indicated that the young man is a drug addict and deals with drug dealers. And the report also said Luzan was killed, dismembered, and kept in 2 suitcases. Samira, just to note here that Samira, and these 4 journalists have been killed in the past 3 years in Cameroon, either by government or securities. There is a crisis, a securities crisis that has been raging on in the Anglophone regions of Cameroon, 2 minority Anglophone parts of the country for over 80 years now. And this latest murder, though by a family member, actually underscores the growing danger faced by Cameroonian journalists in the country.
So, what does this latest murder actually mean for practicing journalists in Cameroon?
Well, as I earlier mentioned, 4 journalists have been killed within the context of the Anglophone crisis in Cameroon, and a lot of journalists have turned to self-censorship. A lot of political events that do not report anymore because of the danger that comes with reporting, holding authorities to account, and all those things. Lots of journalists in the Anglophone regions have fled, they have abandoned practicing, and they are now in safer areas in the country. Some have even gone abroad. But for those of us who are still residing in the conflict regions, still fear for our life, because at times they receive threatening messages from either the authorities or securities because of what they describe as bias reporting and all those things. So a lot of us have, resort now to self-censorship.
Okay, thank you, Alfonso Tipek. Thanks for that information. All right, so that was Alfonso Tipek from Cameroon, one of Voice of Liberia correspondents from Cameroon. Let's be able to go to Sierra Leone this morning. Let's see as to if we can go to Sierra Leone this morning and be able to talk to our correspondent there. Let me see as to if I can get John Whitfield on the line this morning so that we'll be able to talk to him to know what is going on. Too many things happening around the world. You heard it for yourself. Too many things happening around the world. Too many things. We have to be careful. Too many things happening around the world. Too many things happening. Let's see as to if we can get our correspondent from Sierra Leone so that he be able to talk to us on issues as it relates to let me see as to if I can get this quickly. Let me see as to if I can get it. Let me lay my hands on it. All right. Here is it. We have John Whitfield on the line, one of VOL's correspondent from Sierra Leone. Good morning, John Whitfield.
Good morning, Samira. Thanks for having me.
Okay. One of the soldiers among 27 soldiers facing court martial in connection to the November 26 attempted coup in Sierra Leone, Staff Sergeant Ahaji Kroman has pleaded guilty to the charges brought against him. You can telling us as to what happened last year November 26th in Sierra Leone?
Well, it was on a very cold Sunday morning. We were awoken by the sound of gunshots. And by the time we could understand what was happening, we noticed that some unknown gunmen had attacked one of the military's armory at a place called Wilberforce and Maury Town, and which is in the western parts of the country's capital, Freetown. Some of these unknown gunmen also had civilians that they placed at the forefront, and the intention was to overthrow a democratically elected government of President Dr. Julius Maada Bio.
Okay, so there were 27 of them facing trial, but why just one among them has to plead guilty?
So this particular staff sergeant, according to him, he did not want to waste the time of the court. He then pleaded guilty to some of the charges that were brought against him. And according to him, he did not act on his behalf, but it took authority and it took command from his superiors. And you know, when it comes to the military, as long as you have your superior and a command has been given unto you, you have no option but to carry out that command. If not, they will see it as a form of sabotage or a way to undermine the leadership.
Okay, so what are the charges brought before him, and which did he plead guilty to?
So 20 count charges were brought before him, but he pleaded guilty to about 9 of them. And some of the count charges range from the issue of mutiny to overthrow the government, failure to suppress mutiny, aiding the enemy, communicating with the enemy, stealing of public or service property, fraudulent misapplication of public or service property, and then murder.
Has he been sentenced?
Yes, he has now been sentenced, and he will serve up to about 30 years imprisonment. And according to what the judge said, that they tampered justice with mercy because this particular staff sergeant did not waste the time of the court. Had he wasted the time of the court, he would have served a longer punishment.
Okay, so what about the remaining 26?
So the court martial is still ongoing, and the count charges are still being brought towards them. And these 26 are yet to plead guilty to some of these because they still have their defense there. So yes, still the prosecution is still pushing its case to see, not forcefully, but how the other 26 could plead guilty or innocent, depending on the evidence they have in front of them.
Okay, thank you, John Whitfield. Thank you for that development. Okay, so that was John Whitfield from Sierra Leone. Let's be able to get to Uganda. Let's get to Uganda. Let me see as to if I can get to Uganda quickly this morning, so that we'll be able to get the development within or on that side of the world. Let's get to Uganda and see as to if we can get the development. Let's get to Bayola Moses of Uganda quickly this morning. It keeps ringing. I don't know. So that's it. Things going on within the world. As you remember the incident that happened in Sierra Leone a few months back. One person has pleaded guilty. And other parts of the world, Cameroon, you have a journalist being killed there. Ghana, you have other things happening there. I'm not getting to Uganda. I can't get hold of Bayola Moses from Uganda. All right, so that's it for our international correspondents. That's it. We talked to 3 persons, and let's be able to move forward. You listen, that is what we do here. It's what we do. It's what we are to do, to bring information at your disposal. But that is it. Let's continue with the issue of the War and Economic Crimes Court. let's be able to continue with that particular issue, and we will be able to open the phone lines, and you will give your thoughts about some of these things that's happening within the country. But now, fellow Liberians, let's be able to get the former warlord turned senator, Prince Johnson, on yesterday. He signed the resolution on the establishment of the World Economic Crimes Court. Let me be able to play this for you, and we'll be able to move forward. Okay. Yeah.
Pardon me? Bring it here, let me sign. Bring it, let me sign. Okay, bring it.
So that was the noise. That was the noise when the Senator Prince Johnson said, "Bring it and let me sign." That was the noise. That was the noise. I tried calling. Yeah, that was it. Okay. Reports coming in. All right. I can now call Uganda. Fellow Liberians, we have to know what is happening on that side. Let's get to know. We are sorry for that, but let's be able to know what is happening. Now let's talk to our last correspondent for this morning's broadcast, Bayola Moses from Uganda. Let's be able to speak to him. He's our last correspondent this morning. Let me see as to if I can get him so that he'll be able to tell us what is going on currently on that side. But I don't know. It keeps bouncing back. It keeps bouncing. I can't fake this. All right. So that is it. We talked with 3 is okay. I think you got the information. So back to it. You heard a noise. You did heard the noise from the Liberian Senate when Prince Johnson said, "Bring it, let me sign." Many people will say that it is unusual, and it is, because this one economic crimes court thing is something that nobody thought. Nobody thought that the Senator Prince Johnson could have signed it. No, nobody thought about that. Nobody thought that he could have signed it, but he did. He did sign it. So what does it show to other Liberians out there? What it shows, like I said, this thing, it is something that will be able to map the future of Liberia. So related to that, we are about to talk to Patrick Swa from the United States of America, specifically Minnesota, so that he'll be able to weigh in on the issue of the World Economic Crimes Court. And from there, we'll be able to open the phone lines. So Patrick Swa is a former president of the Political Science Student Association of the University of Liberia Student Union. And also he lives in Minnesota, and he will be here to talk about the World Economic Crimes Court. As I learned, they all started this particular thing in 2005. But let's be able to get him on the line so that he better explain as to what he's thinking about such, looking at what happened on yesterday. Good morning, Mr. Patrick Swa. Welcome to Good Morning Liberia.
Yeah, thank you, Samira. It's my pleasure to be live on your show. Thank you so much. Happy Ramadan to my brother Sekou Sharif and to all Muslims in Liberia. I pray that God will bless them, inshallah.
Okay, that's great. You got the breaking news from Liberia yesterday, your homeland, and you kept telling Liberians as to what you think that on yesterday, 28 senators signed the resolution in agreement for the establishment of the World Economic Crimes Court. What are your thoughts?
It is a good news, like you said. And let me just quickly, those that don't know me, my name is Patrick Swa, like Samira said, former president of the Political Science Student Association, and also former president of the University of Liberia Student Union also. Currently, I live in New Brighton, Minnesota, where I work as a clinical mental health counselor. It is a good news. I supported the establishment of the War Crimes Code in 2006, Samira, and I still support the process now. The forum for the establishment of the War Crimes Code, our national chairman was Moluba K. Malu, who was the national chairman of CDC. We started this debate. But thank God today it has made sense. Yesterday, it did not. Yesterday, a lot of people called us troublemakers. I still believe that people who took cutlasses to cut the hairs, the hands, the legs of our people yesterday must be brought to justice. I believe that people who took knives to open the belly of pregnant women yesterday must have their days in court. I still believe that those who used innocent Liberians' intestines as checkpoints must be brought to their bend on knees. Those who committed the Lutri massacre in Lofa County, Bond County, other places in Liberia, I strongly believe that for those, the 250,000 or people more that died, for us to do them justice, we bring those people, let them tell us why. Let me say this to you, that Samira, a law is that which all men should obey, because law gives us the method of correcting wrongdoing, whether the offense is intentional or unintentional. The precepts of the law are to live honestly. The law should not injure anyone. The law should give everyone his due. The safety of Liberia, the safety of the people of Liberia shall be the highest law of the land. Inasmuch as A. Patrick Sowa, I supported the process yesterday, inasmuch as I still support the process. However, a process that will witch hunt, a process that intends will be to hunt certain people, a process that will resemble a kangaroo process. I want to be on record to say that I will resist and I will fight to death, because we believe that the process must be holistic. That is why we fought for yesterday, and this is why we stay fighting for. Let us not forget, all of us, that whenever injustice becomes law, resistance becomes the duty, and men will not hesitate to move in history. I hope this process will be holistic. It is not only because you think Prince Johnson, you want to go for him. It is not only because you think you saw Patrick Sowa, you want to come for me. Wherever men are pure, laws are useless. But in a country where men are corrupt like Liberia, laws are broken anytime for selfish interest.
Okay, so Mr. Swat, do you think that the War Economic Crimes Code, are you just seeing it for just today? Is it just, do you think that it should just be for those people who were killed during the Civil War up to 2003, the 250,000 people who were killed, or is something that should be a continuous process? Because many people, they are not seeing it in the interest of Liberia. They are not seeing it in the interest of Liberia, in a sense that they are not looking at the future. Yes, they are taking it as now. right? These people who committed atrocities, they should be dealt with now, but not looking at the future. But how do you see it? Do you think that they should continue, that anybody who comes to the disco and start to steal and start to do things that are not in the law of the country should also go to the law, the War Economic Crimes Court?
I believe that we should have the process similar to that of Sierra Leone. We're going to have a time frame when crimes were committed and to what time we're going to stop. But the process should not target certain people. Now, the reason why others are skeptical about the process is this. There are too many fake people in Liberia. In 2006, July 2006, we assembled at the Capitol to see the UN, the late Kofi Annan, UN Secretary General. United Party condemned us for our actions demanding the establishment of the code. They call us noisemakers. They call us rebels. They said we were not serious. In 2009, we gathered 10,000 signatures. We tried to present our petition to the lawmakers. State security came. They condemned us again. The guys from Unity Party said we were not serious. We were troublemakers. It was not time for war crimes court. Bygone should be bygone. Liberians were moving ahead. There was peace. There was nothing. They are the same people today that are telling you they want a code. You got to follow the trend. The people yesterday that said that the code was not necessary, it was not good, it was wrong. They are the people today that are saying we want the code. I studied the human mind and behavior. I did psychology. When you speak to me, I try to rationalize what you say with what you're doing. So when you see people who are kind of skeptical about the process, they are thinking about the trend of history. We are saying that if they do not have impregnated minds, we support the process. If the process is going to be holistic, we support the process. If there will not be invincible hands intended to bring only certain people to justice, we support the process.
But do you think that it is the right time for such?
What I think is, whatever the Liberian people are going to say, is that why you guys agree? I left Liberia 2014, almost now 10 years. I'm not there. If that is what's good for you guys, I support it. I supported it yesterday. If the time is not now, if it is tomorrow, whatever you guys agree good for you guys, I agree, I support it. But the problem about establishing a court, I supported it yesterday through a movement, and I still support the process now. But it must be a process holistic. It must be a process that will not wish on certain people. It must not be a kangaroo court. We will fight it and kill it to death.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. That was the voice of Patrick Swart, Mr. Patrick Swart from the United States of America. And he just weighed in on the issue of the World Economic Crimes Court within Liberia, the establishment of the court within Liberia. The bill is to be passed. It is the bill that people are waiting on now. The joint session, it is done already. And let's be able to we are taking it from different angles, right? We will take the last president, that is the Senator Snow. Senator Snow, he gave his thought about the World Economic Crimes Court. We will take his voice, and from there, we will go to the phone lines and be able to get Liberians' reaction on this particular issue. Let's be able to get their thoughts on this. All right, so let's be able to have it.
The only reason you put one sanction about marriage, if getting married to somebody will put you on sanction, and that's justice, sorry. Nobody interrogated them. Today, some of our colleagues saying now in the session today, are placed on a sanction. And in the sanction regime, they say, oh, you talk to your colleagues. And when they see you talking to them, you are threatening to go on sanction. If that's why we are signing this economic crime code for today, I will sign it.
But let justice be done. At least today we're talking about taking people to court. They are putting our police on sanction here today. And people are rejoicing with all due process. They went to the Supreme Court and asked the Supreme Court to disbar Councilor Vani Sherman because he was sanctioned will not pass a law in Liberia without due process. And when you thought they said to put you on sanction, I'm ready today to go on sanction. But let's all speak justice. Let us speak justice. Okay? This country, whether we like it or not, is divided on green and blue lines today. Take it anywhere. Liberia is perhaps more divided than ever been. Or blue line or green lines. And like my colleague from Great Legend said, our agenda is war and economic crime code. One more. I went to Zoe Penal home in Benjamin to visit him. And I saw where Zoe came from. Zoe is the nephew of the late Samuel Doe, who was killed by Prince Johnson. Today in our session, Zoe Penal and Prince Johnson share seat. They're not fighting each other. Or want justice or world crime court. We support them. In 2005, 2006, when I was elected here as Speaker, the Secretary of the Senate is sitting there, same way. The late Kabah, former Chief Clerk, so rest in peace, and the Sergeant at Arms were preparing the Capitol grounds for inauguration. And as we went in the left corner, that area behind the Speaker office down there in the fence to clean that place, protect. Maybe somebody you don't know.
Okay, so let's be able to hold it there. Senator Snow, he explained himself and he said that he supported the World Economic Crime Code. He supported and he also signed. So you have listened, fellow Liberians, you have listened. It's about time that you be able to make your point. It's about time that we give you the chance to tell us what you want to tell us so that we'll be able to hear from you this morning. So the numbers to call are 0770-907-907, 0770-907. Excuse me, 907-907. And for Bon County, specifically Bon County, Banca City, you can call us on 0779-003835. Bon County, 0779-003835. And all other parts of Liberia, 0770-907-907. Let's take our first call this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. You're live.
Yeah, thank you. Samira, I just want to say hi for the wonderful and then I don't know what went on. My name is William B. Chaba, calling from Doe Community.
Okay.
You know, when it comes to the work crime code issues, for me, nobody will ever plan on it. For me, William, where the proceeding amount is not timely. You see, this country is one of the things I destroyed, but this country, the thing that we're supposed to do ever since, we always enough of it, but when we finish passing, have gone far, then we try to come back. Like I'm talking to you, I'm one of the victims of this war. This war took my father, the late Lieutenant Colonel William T. Jabba. But the son, I've been damaged of this war. But I see war crime code, but nothing said, but we the people that the war affected. What would be our benefit? And we keep hearing war crime code, and one thing we can deny, we know that lawmakers before they sign, all the benefit will be given to them to approve of this thing. But the ordinary people that are affected will not be benefit, will not benefit anything. That is my disappointment. Thank you.
Thank you. That's your own thoughts. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Samira.
You are live.
Thank you very much. This is V. Mobile Zagam from Cinco this morning. Samira, first of all, let me congratulate our senators for the bold step taking in ensuring that the war and economic crime code is established in Liberia. It is commendable. And over the years, that is what we have been pleading for. And what really concerned me has to do with where the court will be established, because we are hearing from all indications that the war crime court will be established in Ghana and economic crime court will be established in Liberia. That, for me, I don't really think it will bring some economic relief to our country, because this is Liberia's issue. So if the lawmaker can look in that direction for the court and everything that they establish here, maybe the prison compound they establish elsewhere, I think that would be okay for our country.
Okay.
But to have, yeah.
Thank you. Good morning.
Yes, Samira.
Yes, good morning. Go ahead.
Good. Thank you. My name is Lawson Pine.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm the executive chairperson of the Rescue Mission on the Alliance International Response.
Okay.
I call from District 8 in Montserrat.
Mm-hmm.
Let me say thank you this morning for your analysis on the issue of the War Crown Court. But then I listened to one of the callers previously from the U.S., Mr. Sua, trying to say the U.S. party yesterday that refused their call are now today celebrating the establishment of the War and Economic Crime Court. I agree with you. But 2005, U.S. party was telling you that it was not timely. We are still nourishing the womb of the Civil War. Let us now put some systems together before establishing the War and Economic Crime Court. Now that we have had a two-time democratic transitional period, it demonstrates to you that Liberia is not mature to exercise any democratic exercise in this country. Today, the issue of War Crown Court is very carrying up. So, I agree with those senators who have concurred with the resolution sent from the lower house, but I think there's an amendment made. And I believe that those amendments need to be enacted to the public also. What they have changed from there. I believe they have changed something from there, from those resolution that was sent from the lower house. So that they have to do some amendment, send it back to the lower house for their own concurrence as well. So I'm saying this to say, and listen to Honorable Snow. No, it is not only Prince Johnson that fought the war. And besides that, somebody said it should be an impartial and holistic investigation. Those people who are going there, and Samira, their name already been captured. His own people just last month. All the people carry the names. So when they die, and now they are saying that the amendment that made, it will be effective from 1979 to 2003. So those people, nobody wants to waste on anybody here.
Okay. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Also too.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead. Your name and where do you join us from?
The name remained Emmanuel Papayi Gaswagi. Come on, Mr. Probably joining from Bangan de Bon County. Samira, let me appreciate you this morning. But when it comes to the War and Economic Crime Court, I had two issues that I don't really satisfy with the process. And the first one had to do with the location. While Liberian people, we should be yamming for War and Economic Crime Court, and then other people want for the court to be established in different countries. Why not this court be established in our own country, and those who commit hidden crimes and stole our resources, their Liberian be going there be seeing people when they are going through the law. Why the court can be established here? Then my last issue had to do with now for the resolution signed, it doesn't show clear signal that it is here the War and Economic Crime Court will be established in Liberia. The only way I, Emmanuel, will celebrate the lawmaker or this government is when that has been signed into law, then we know that they are serious. But in my mind, this guy, they are just doing it to gain a political relevance from we the citizens to say, yeah, they make a thing, let's support them, they do it. But I think in my man, if the poor say they are sincere to the Liberian people, then they pass it into a hemp bill, then they could be established in Liberia. Then we know that they are here to listen to we that elected them.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Samira.
Good morning. You're live.
Okay, thank you. My name is Oliver.
Go ahead.
Thank you for your talking this. For Samora, the lawmaker, we are done well. But standing to let him go to stand and work council. For Samora, I will tell you this. Mr. Butter will not move the forest to stay in the bill. The year when he spoke to FM, he said, Mr. Butter for him storing the woman will not stand like that. So that party is the discussion of the party is too much. We will not move the forest and use it after saying that bill. So after 2-3 more, like people will forget and then it will die down again. But we are falling up Mr. Butter. But any mean Mr. Butter is going to change that bill. The order will be black. We will not go to work.
Okay, thank you. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sister.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Mr. Bora speaking for New Material this morning. So let's look at it this way. It is now that Liberia is now we can say we are in Liberia. All those diseases what we were doing, I want to tell the Liberian people, this is a new system coming in now. Let's forget about all what has passed. We are dealing with law now. Everything that they did, let the law take hold. We don't want no more insulting war, abuses war, or going to this person and holding him, killing. All these things coming in the war code. Economic code, everything going to be there. And let's look how this country, and I promise you, Liberia will have to court here. We don't go out. Those that did the killing, some of us, God bless us, we live. We will see them want to face the justice. We know why, by the grace of God, the Liberia have seen. Let's commend the Senate, the representatives. They have done well. Liberia have changed than yesterday. It's not like today. Liberia today is different from yesterday now.
Okay.
Everything you do, the court procedure.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Let me take this one. Let me get this. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
You are live.
Yeah, it's Ruby Canning. And I call from Ghana this morning. And good morning to people of local council, except my town of Samira. Let me appreciate Senator Snow yesterday. He spoke like a leader. Because when I saw Ali White in that section, in that chamber yesterday, it broke me down. And that's why most of the senators yesterday, they were just afraid. As they don't sign that document, they will go into session. And forgetting that session have been opposed from people that are not investigated, they don't investigate them. And that's why I term the entire work as useless. I'm a victim. I lost my dad. But the manner and form they are taking the whole entire process as if it's a dead worm. And that's why yesterday said that did well. So committee says in our signature yesterday, it was a big day for Liberia. But the fact that there are thousands of them who committed crime. And this country, here's the only question. Liberia need it. Well, what about the big day? We are not hearing about them. If some of our parents who died in the arm behind Liberia, where are we? Are they talking about us? Thank you very much this morning. Hi, brother.
Okay, thank you. Let me take this call yet. Okay. Let too many calls come in. The calls keep coming in. You know, it's getting me. It keeps coming in. Well, let me be able to take this one. Good morning.
Good morning, Samira.
Good morning. Go ahead.
I'm Dario Macario, and I'm phoning in from Germany, Hamburg.
Okay.
And from my working place. Samira, you know, I want to say good morning to our many, our beloved citizens. And also, I want to speak to the conscious-minded. You see this war crime code, and I want to also appreciate the Representative Edwin Melvin Snow for his speech yesterday. And you see, for me, I'm not supporting the war and economic crime code based on some reasons for now. These things are things that we Liberians can solve ourselves. Why is it that each time America will be the one to do our suggestions for Liberia? And all their suggestions, as the representative said, nothing has benefited Liberia. Today, all the things that they say we will do will be better today. We did them. We are in the worst position. So I believe that Liberians, our leaders, should take matter serious in our country, not with the advice of America, But with what the citizens in Liberia are experiencing, they are going through today, is still the war economic crisis our problem, that what development not coming in our country. No. They're not because of war economic crisis development not coming. That the decisions that have been made by laws, by the representatives and the leaders in the House of Senate and the executive. These are the laws that are affecting the citizens. So I believe that the people should visit their law and revise it, that the one that will benefit our citizens, that what the more deeper. Now America got to come tell us that they want y'all got to do today. America had destroyed Ukraine based on the advices they gave the leaders and the representatives in Ukraine.
Okay.
Ukraine today is canceled from the map.
All right.
So I want to say, we got to wake up. I want to say thank you, Samira, for giving me the time. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Dario Macario. Let's take this one. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Sis Samira, and good morning to the people of Voice of Liberia, and good morning to the people of Liberia. My name is Philip Detour. I join you from Banga City, Bon County.
Go ahead, Mr. Detour.
Yeah, sister, let me commend you the morning for the topic on the discussion. Is very important to our country, pertaining about the war and the economic crisis. I feel personally say that I do not support the war crisis. I support the economic crisis because the economic crisis it got different to the Liberian people. But the war crisis, the Bible says you forget 70 times 70. And the thing happened since 1990. I lost my father in 1990. I lost my nephew to the Bush Quarter massacre. But if we got one man now, and the problem of Liberia now is not war crisis. Liberia is left behind. It's undeveloped. And let me commend our senator from the country, Senator Prince Johnson, for signing to that resolution yesterday. And let me commend Senator Mary Snow for speaking fairly yesterday, because they are breaking the question we can ask here. The Prince Johnson, the Chancellor, all of the people, where do they get it going from? And at that time, one gunshot, AK shot, that was $8. What people get it from the West in the country, like gravas on the ground. So when the American coming now, they're forcing the work people on. That they focus how to develop our country. The veterans how to take care of them first. But the work people they are forcing and Liberia on to develop. We suffering from electricity, no food, nothing. Then why they coming? They're forcing it today now. How the poor level jail in America. And the question is to come in Liberia to fight the war. So the American people they are Allah.
Okay, thank you. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Samira.
Good morning. Go ahead.
I mean, my name is Super of the intellectual class of district number 14. Let me say good morning to the listening audience. Well, Samira, quickly, on the issue trying war economic crime as it relates to the resolution signed by the senators yesterday, I think the gesture is a good one, but then I personally have issue with the Mr. Allen's wife, who is an American national. You should have been in the Liberian Senate, in the chambers of the Liberian Senate in the first place, because if you did in sociology, there's a word called ecto effect. There's a theory called the ecto effect, wherein when you observe workers, there'll be improvement in their labor because they know they have been observed. So by reason of Mr. Allen's wife being in the Liberian Senate, it compels lawmakers of senators who didn't even want to sign that document to sign that signature to that resolution. All I want to say to the Liberation, because what it said was a statement of intent. I want to say to the Liberation and the government, Mr. Allen White should not be in the chambers of the Liberation just in case if a bill originates from the presidency or for any of the lawmakers. Mr. Allen White, what he did yesterday is not in the U.S. You will not see a Liberian diplomat from here and go sit down in the U.S. and then you say you want to observe or you want to impose on them. What we saw yesterday was an imposition on the Liberian people. This establishment of the war economic crisis should not be politicized by the U.S. and Liberia should have their own will in the saying, because this is about Liberia, not the U.S. citizens. Thank you for 40 minutes time.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Samira.
You're alive.
I'm Mobile Tagama, calling from Stinko again. Samira, this issue of the war crime content said for me, I support it, but we should be very careful. America is not a country that loves Liberia. All these things that we are discussing to the war crime code, economic crime code, is America that caused Liberia to go to war. Prince Johnson never had money to buy a gun. Charles never had money to buy a gun. most of them going to use when guns that were bought from America. So when America today is ensuring that war crime could be established, it's not for the Liberian people that die. It's not for the 250,000 Liberians that die. It's just because of the 4 careless Americans that were killed by Prince Joseph. That is all the American people want. But we Liberians should be very, very careful. We are not slaves to America. Look at yesterday. Alan White, a white man, American man, sitting in our chamber to coerce our lawmakers to sign that document. We support it, but we should not be subject by Alan White. Who is Alan White? Alan White is not a man that going around generating money.
Okay, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Samira. And let me say happy Imo Mara to Siku Sari and Peter David Castle across from under the street light in Lower Johnsonville.
Okay, go ahead.
You know, and firstly, let me say it was a quite unfortunate situation yesterday for our lawmaker, the senator, to allow Alan White to sit over there and put them on a duress to sign a resolution for the establishment of a war crime court. I think, and that clearly indicates a gross incompetency and lack of patriotism for the Liberian people. Let me say this: on the civil crisis that we went through, it was instigated by the Western power and the Western forces, and these are the same forces that are gearing around us, and to blamfoo or to exploit us. And in the name of establishing war crime, why is it that in this country we continue to allude ourselves to dependency syndrome? Are we not independent? You go allow a war criminal who is Alan White that can sit in the House of Senate. We were very much lucky yesterday and some of us were around who pushing out. That's very much disgraceful. These guys will diminish this particular country to the international war. These guys are very much ungrateful to this particular country. So the establishment of the war crime code, what is his interest in it? To come and exploit our gold mine, to come and exploit our resources, to come and exploit all our forest resources and enrich themselves and to benefit they and their children. We are not here for that.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Go ahead.
Good morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is Eddie P from Chickens Factory. Remember the responding different team. Look, it's a sad day in our country, especially for Reverend White to go sit down in our Senate yesterday. It's a very, very sad day for our country. Where will you go be part of the war? Especially for somebody that pushing for war crime code to go and sit down there. Even our legislature, they happened yesterday, passing around without joint resolution. It's a sad day for our country. But that's a country that we find ourselves in. People that claim that they know everything. When you go to America and they want to pass a law or resolution, you will sit down there. When you sit down there, you ask yourself, how started our free from jail? Thank God the resolution already said, well, no, all the things there. How started our free from jail, all the things there to cut and bring war on the Liberian people. We know some of the things there. You know, Tango one, no free justice will put in, or Tango one. Everything will be exposed. So, anyone the work code, free justice, thank you for signing the work code. But justice will be said. Thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, thank you. Let me take this on. Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, Samira, and good morning to all the callers and the listeners. Thank you so much for the show. My name is Darlington Popper, and I'm calling you from the Cinco neighborhood. I just to have maybe to clear the doubts of some of the callers. I actually attended a session yesterday, and I listened to one of the callers talk about issues relating to benefits for the victims. And honestly, the resolution that was actually the joint resolution that was signed yesterday, part of that resolution actually called for the constitution or the formulation of the trust fund that will be able to cater to the real victims of the Civil War, and also talk about people in villages and towns, especially so places that were actually worst affected during the civil crisis. We talk about where massacres occur, there are families shattered by the civil crisis, people are maybe homeless, they don't have the means to go since the civil crisis, they cannot jumpstart their life. So this trust form in line with the resolution, when the law is passed and maybe everything enacted into law, the trust fund will be able to cater to the victims. And then another person talked about the relocation of the court. And as you listen to the resolution that was read by Nambos Sengbe, the Secretary of the Senate, they also said that the court should be either located in Liberia or somewhere else that will be decided through the consultation with the United Nations body and Liberian authority, because as you may be aware, the resolution called for this court to be a United Nations backed criminal court, almost like the scene that was in Sierra Leone. And to the issues relating to Alan White, about 24 senators, I think we should be somehow appreciative to our senators because when we got to the Senate floor yesterday in the chambers of the Liberian Senate, we also observed that about 24 senators have already signed the joint resolution seeking for the establishment of War and Economic Crimes Court even before the session could even start. So when the presiding officer, who happens to be the pro tem of the Liberian Senate, Senator Yomble Kanda Lawrence, entered the chambers of the Liberian Senate, about 24 senators out of the 29 senators already signed, because normally we have 30 senators. But because of the vacancy created due to the election of Jeremiah Kun as vice president, there is a vacancy. So meaning for now we have 29 senators. So out of the 29 senators, 24 already signed the resolution between Monday and Tuesday morning before the session started. Mm-hmm. So when the session started, we saw Alan White and the rest of the team members from the European Union, the international partners, they came. They have the space at the back of the senators where the press gallery is located. Yes. Where you have this reserved for the diplomatic community. We have United States ambassador. Normally they always send their representative to follow the session. It also happens at the House of Representatives side. So I didn't work present yesterday. I honestly don't agree with those who think that a pressurized our lawmakers, many of the senators, to actually sign onto this War Crime Court document, because in his present, only 4 senators actually signed. Because as you look at the number of people that signed to the resolution yesterday, were 28 senators. So before the session could even start, 24 senators had already signed. So I didn't work present. I honestly don't feel that's what Senator Edwin Snow said. If he had knew that, I think what would be in his chambers, he wouldn't have gone to the pro tem's office to sign, because most of the senators went to the pro tem's office where they did the signature of the signing before the session could actually start. So I just decided to maybe just clarify some of the doubts in the minds of the public. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That was the voice of Mr. Darlington Kwakwa, one of VOL's own, I can say, one of VOL's own. That I can say. Yes, one of VOL's backbone, Mr. Darlington Kwakwa. Good morning.
Morning.
You are live.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the discussion, right? Mm-hmm. I joined the conversation this morning from Main Street. My name is Theophilus C. II. So I speak officially for the Wakakun's think tank. Look, you see, the issue of the War Crimes Court is important. And every one of us as Liberians who believes in justice should endorse this particular task and even thank our lawmakers for stepping up to the game that is about to bring to an end impunity. Look, like I think one of your colleagues said, who just dropped the line. Now look, that particular place Mr. Allen was sitting, Mr. Allen White yesterday. That place is an open area. People go and sit there to watch the Senate session, not to watch the House of Representatives. So I don't know why people think that it is Mr. Allen White's presence that influenced those senators. That is not true. Mr. Allen White can be sitting down, a senator can see it. He does not want to sign. Okay, Senator James Banning did not sign. Senator Jim Banning was in section, but Jim Banning did not sign. So why Allen White, if our president did not influence James Banning? But the thing about it is we must put to end the culture of impunity. And I think the steps taken by our lawmakers are good. and it's going to put to an end impunity in this country. And I support the idea. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks, Pafuni. And you heard it all from one of you else on Mr. Talenton Wakwak, giving clarity on some of the issues, some of the things that happened there on yesterday. So you'll be able to make your point. 9 o'clock, we move to the Labor Ministry. Good morning.
How you doing, Adela? This is my Fifi on the line.
Later, Yaki, you stopped calling for a very long time.
Adela, I know what happened to my friends. I can always listen, but I can't go through the hotel. Say they send it from that time. I can't go in.
Yeah, because you have too many persons on the line.
That's true. Thank you this morning, Adela. Let me say a blessing to our son, Sekou Sherry.
Okay.
And to my Muslim brothers and sisters, I want to say thank you for praying for the country. And our country move forward. Lord, Adela, Samira, thank you for the topic this morning. This is my sister. I'm calling for Claratan, the female general on the line for Claratan.
Okay.
What I want to say to the senator, and people talking about how you right to vote at the Senate chamber. No, it can't be that way. You can't go to America, Mandela, and go sit in Alabama, go sit in the Senate, and go say anything about that problem. Let's take our own responsibility this time around. You may not pressure to say, oh, the unequal pressure. I'm not just showing you the president in that place. He had no right to go over there yesterday. I have to say, he only walk back for business. Let me just love you. He just love you out with the country. So when you see he can go to get money, he can go. But no matter what, line of go to Ghana and do what he said yesterday. Mandela Samira, you can't read, but you can understand. What am I saying? Say it was wrong. Let's put the issue. Tell God I bring this son, Mandela. Tell God his son. Yes. But I said the point was, yeah, the point was, but who said the point was? Who put the who put the point? That was the jail, nothing we have. So we can come for rest in the market. And then they get it out the nation to come and kill that period. So when I say who are calling, that's what who are calling.
Okay. Thank you.
Who you are calling? So tell what they say, let them walk out for God. They know who said and preach and preach that from here.
Thank you. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. You are live.
Yeah. Let me call my senator. Samira, good morning. Refio. Samira, la me pour la conflit on là, on a understand. During the time, c'est la broke declare war Germany. When they took war Japan, so la me pour support all the war. Yeah, they work for can. What you buy say, they say ben we are criminal. Come to calling go jolly by myself. So for me, I'm happy or the criminal that time they work for. I support 100%. I support go declare go jolly by myself.
Okay, thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Walk away from my monitor, please. We can keep you on the line. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. You are live.
Sylvester calling from Dallasville. First of all, the issue of the worker code, Liberia, we just play a part of talking. And the Western arm has the power of implementing. The whole team of worker code, whether we like it or not, in as much as the Western power is ruling and making decisions to the time, we can't stop it. I heard you say, oh, Ellis did not know that everywhere was going. That's why he didn't know before signing. Who told he didn't know? Already knew. The 24 senator that signed before the procedure started yesterday. They all knew that it was because of that everywhere was going. So they never wanted to be caught up in the web or not being part of it. So you saw already rush. So this thing is something we just talk about him. But we thank God for those who signed yesterday, and we are waiting to see what the outcome is going to be like. This is a normal phenomenon. We can't change it.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Go ahead.
Thank you. This is something where I speak to you from this weekend. My sister, I think the Senate has proven that they are the most useless people in our country.
How can you say that, my brother?
Yes. Telling me?
How can you say that?
So to allow an American, an NGO controller, an NGO, a head of NGO, to sit in our national chamber with our senators. It is a disgrace, and they are proving out beyond reasonable doubt they are the most useless, and this is not what I've been put over them for. I don't want to know who signed with that sign. And when I'm small, why is that? I mean, it's belated. You saw them went out in your chamber,
and you allow him, you sit down there and
So you don't support the War and Economic Crimes Code. That is what you are saying?
Yeah.
Are you not supporting it?
No. My friend and I are supporting the War Crime Code. You get me?
Clear.
I'm supporting it, but to allow Iron White, an American foreigner, to go and give them and put upon impression. So what they did, it was not their own solutions. You get me? It was not their political will. It was because one man was sitting with them, so they were forced to shine. So who take the glory now? Who take the glory? They say Iron White are the senators. They say the most useless senator under Mr. Black since the foundation of this nation. You got me? They said I fought the Liberian people. If they had this one, the Liberian people had this side, we will march up to the capital and tell them to come down. This has not happened in the history of this country. To allow one lie they tell the Liberian lawmakers go to America and go to the White House or to the Senate wing and sit down there. One lie happen. This bunch of people sit out there and allow Allen West because Allen West want to take money and look,
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Samira, this is Melvin calling my singing tower. Man, this is a Lambo car. Without a police power, when no Senate, when my dog was football senator, that women to go and get any new that they want to be pushing, they want to go to brother and sister. If I have money, I will support when I go to the foot end. I will start being if they give up our brother and sister and then go there. And better because of your crime committed. The new girl, we know that I'm not going to work at Iran. Can't Libya. The can't put him, I'm going to go and get a kind of fighting assistant brother. And I'm going to let him go call them. They go for how to do it done there. They come up with a kind of pass. So then I go get a car or a crowd committed. 100% support the people. So far, whatever go, not damage anything like that. But now some of the cities, some of water, some of them, and I go pay the color with my people car. Like I go 80,000, I told them I go pay the color, go to the commit, and I go there. And then we go call my $3.
Thank you. Good morning.
Samira, Wonlah. Thank you this morning for your platform. Today, you are in a call from Benson Street. Samira, thank you for all of your talking points. But on the issue of the War and Economic Crime Code, I support it fully. It was not the American that took gun and put in your hands and wanted to go bomb mines and dig up those wires from there. To go around the country and dig up to hard those wires, spoil your country. It was not the American, it was yourself who took that initiative to damage your country. So on the issue of the War and Economic Crime Code, we are in support of it fully, my sister, and we hope and pray that they deal with emanate from the executive so that this code should be established. Thank you. Whether in Ghana or abroad. Thank you, my sister, for your platform this morning.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for phoning in. Let me take this one. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, this. Good morning. Okay, that person left the line. So let me take this one. At 9 o'clock, we go to Labor Ministry. Good morning.
Good morning, sister. Studio.
Good morning. You're alive.
My name is Manda Thomas Greenfield. I'm in Georgia, SC. The God that we say is the God of time. Why you not do, Liberia will talk. That God will be done. And we tell God, thank you for your intervention in this nation. That God bless us.
Okay, thank you. All right, so that's all the time we can take on this. That's all the time we can take on this. Good morning.
Morning.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and for you, walk on court. And for me, I'm happy about it. Will be at the service here in Liberia. Like, oh, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thanks for phoning in.
Bye. Bye.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, my sister. I'm all happy for the War Crime Code. Now, only for the War Crime Code, he said something that really make I feel bad about the country. And one great thing that I said, I already kept out my man, the labor. Say rap what my phone, hear me say now, yeah? No way. The boy, can the project keep the damage our life? Nana, I say now, 2018, over 6 years. My book, what I say now, yeah? Now, only War Crime Code. Labor.
Oh, okay. Thank you. All right. So let's take a few more calls and then we'll call it a day. Good morning. Let me take this one. Good morning.
Good morning, Samira.
Good morning.
Yeah, Samira, this is David in the People Defender. I called you this morning for my resident this morning. Samira, the senator was stage managed yesterday at the Liberia Senate. For adding white to have been at the Liberia Senate and could have our senators to sign that resolution, I think is an affront. It is an affront to our Liberia Senate that we do not have their own independence to do things. That people do not have their own independence to do things, meaning adding white being in the Liberia Senate. I can remember when the current foreign minister confirmation was being held, the long call of that confirmation hearing because he said the Senate was packed, people who were not to be in the Senate chamber, they were there. So yesterday, Adiwe being over there, I think Adiwe went there to coerce the people to sign up that resolution. Even Senator Johnson signed a resolution, he was being coerced by Adiwe. It was a fear for Adiwe, Senator Johnson to sign that day yesterday. Liberia, we need to be very careful. The war that came to this country, America was totally involved. Although a capture inactive, you heard Senator Johnson at the time calling the only American ambassador that he wanted to speak with the American ambassador. Sunshine wanted to speak with the American ambassador over and he refused to respond to him because he was taking direct instruction from the American. Why are they behaving today? I have to say Senator Johnson got to do on his own. Every information that Senator Johnson got on the court base before moving to the people, it came from the American. That's why you are calling on them to give me the last advance. But when he couldn't get the last advance, he started mutilating Joe till he killed him. So we shouldn't behave like Chancellor jump on the cell and just came and still war in the country.
Okay.
American maximum prison compound, nobody can invade it. So nobody can escape from there. They shouldn't behave like somebody just jump on there and suffer in Liberia.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, my brother. So that's all the time we will take for calls this morning on the program. Good morning, Liberia. That's all the calls we will take. We are not taking any more calls. Let me see if I can get this off. All right. So if you are just joining us, this is Good Morning Liberia. It is Voice of Liberia 104.1, and my name is Samira Wonlah. I'm here to take you up to 10 o'clock this morning. So wherever you are joining us from, the One Economic Crimes Court is something that we say yes so that people will be able to pay for whatever they did, so that precedents can be set for the future, so that people won't just go about doing money laundering with the country's money anyhow, so that the country can take a new path. If we say we want a better Liberia, there are some steps that we need to take to be able to move to the next level, no matter how hard it might be, or how difficult it might be. You have to take that step to be able to exceed. So like I said, at 9 o'clock we will talk about the labor ministry, and the time is 9 o'clock in Liberia. We will talk about the labor ministry. We are going to talk about him now, about the disrespectful behavior of Kopokura at the labor ministry, the lawlessness behavior, I should say. He doesn't respect the law. He's somebody that had been corrupt. He's known for corruption. It is not something that I will mince my word on, because it's something that we have seen and we know what he's involved into. So we will not jitter to say it, and we won't be moved to tell the Liberian people about his corrupt behavior. Let me just give you a little history about this Kopo, the criminal Kura. Kopo Kura, he was minister at the Ministry of Post and Telecommunications. We played the whole stuff here when the new minister was taking over. How he did the Ministry of Post and Telecommunication, how corrupt he was there, how he put unknown people name on the Silver Sevens list. You know, some of the things that people are talking about, the Silver Seven list, we're trying to clear it, 40,000, that's a huge amount that you take on Silver Seven listing. But at the end of the day, these same people who you are appointing in your government, these were the people that put these people name on the list. You are allowing sweeper to make more money than somebody who is doing office job, who has a degree. That's what Kopokura does. These are the things that he can do. It's what he's capable of. He's capable of corruption. When you say corruption, you say Kopokura. We came to the Liberian people, we told Liberians about how corrupt he is, about how he treated the Ministry of Post and Telecommunication, which of course the program was held and you heard it for yourself as to how he did that whole place, how the place was like a ghost camp. He was just there taking money, carrying corruption on there. And he was appointed at Justice Ministry, which of course nobody will agree for Okopokura to go to Justice Ministry. Nobody will agree to that. Okopokura at Justice Ministry, you know what you are doing to the country? Somebody who he was taking from Justice Ministry and carried to Labor Ministry. And still, he's still disobeying. He's still going against the law which governed the country. Liberia is a law-abiding country, so each citizen must live up to the law. The first thing is the man is very disrespectful to the president. If the president says this, he will say the other one. If the president appoints somebody to go and serve in a particular position, he will bring his own person on board and say, this is the person I want to work with. This is the man that we are talking about here. It's the person we are talking about. You have heard about him. The last time we called his one of his generals there, the person who was next in line to him, and he explained how he's been threatened at that area, how the specific work he is to do, he is not doing it. The communication officer of Kopokura Ministry came here, you listen to him, he had nothing, absolutely nothing to tell Liberian people. He's not even informed about the decisions that can be taken by Kopokura. The HR, he's not even working with anybody there. It shows how corrupt this man is. He just gives letter out to people. But particularly, we'll talk about the issue of the civil service. The civil service, we will talk about it. Talk about the civil servants too, because the civil servants, they are working the civil service agency. Kopokura is in the habit of hiring people at civil servants position. People who are not civil servants. He's hiring them. People who never took the civil service test, he's hiring them to work as civil servants. Currently, there's a freeze on the civil servants account wherein they are not to employ people till after 3 months. After the survey is being conducted and all of what is supposed to be done is being done, then they open it so that civil servants should be able to take the civil service test. And when they pass the test, they will become a civil servant and start to work. That's the procedure currently. That's how it happened. But Kopokura, who was just appointed at the Labor Ministry, he's not going by that. From the first day of the mayor appointment, after he was confirmed by the Senate, he started to go against the president. That I should say. Because if you go out of ministry and the president appoint the same letter of appointment that was given to you, it was given to the other person saying that you will work in this position, you will be from county to county, you spear yet, all of these things. And you turn the letter down, you say that you got your own person to put there. What does it show? It shows disrespect to the presidency. That's what it shows. Now, we got through with that one. We'll talk about it. At the end of the day, he said, oh, you never knew, and this, that. You took the man, but he's still working in the same position. The person that was appointed by the president, you give the man position to your man that you want to work in that position. Now you hiring people. Hiring people where in the civil service account, they are all free. You are not to hire people. This is how corrupt this man is. He's hiring people. He's hiring people without the HR consent. So what kind of letter you giving the people? And where Kopakura is, I can tell you, if we don't speak about it, if we don't talk about these things, he will get rich overnight with the Liberian people money. That's what he will do. Because labor ministry, it is one of the sensitive ministry, one of the lucrative ever within the country. All of the businesses is coming at your decks. All of them is coming at your deck. You had the Aminata Bank round of business, the king sat down, set this. You went into set this after saying that you were going to look after it and look into it and see as to if you can be able to renew the contract. You went into a deal that is not benefiting the country, but rather benefiting yourself and Bangura. That's what you did. You will enjoy the Liberian people money. The corrupt behavior of Kopakura is going to another level, to the extent that he's not just accepting dues from foreign companies that is not benefiting the country, but rather he's also being disrespectful to the presidency. He's also going against the law of this country. And Liberia is a law-abiding country. You must obey the law as a Liberian. That's what it calls for. And you cannot be a leader who people looking at the end of the day, the leader himself is disrespecting the law. How can you be employing people? How can you be hiring people? How can you be hiring people as civil servants when they have not yet taken the test, when there's a freeze on the account and it is not even yet time for civil servants to be hired? How can you do that? How? How can you do that? That is so disrespectful to the president. So disrespectful. Very, very much disrespectful. Then you say you're a counselor. A counselor should know the law. You should know the law. We shouldn't be teaching you the law. But you are acting that you don't know the law because you want to be more corrupt. I will not say that you want to be corrupt because you are already corrupt. But you want to be more corrupt. From one ministry to another ministry, the same behavior that you exhibited at the Post and Telecommunication Ministry, it is the same behavior that is being exhibited by you at the Labor Ministry. It's even going to be worst, fellow Liberians. It's going to be very worst. Very, very much. I have the letter here. The letter that he hired, the letter that he gave out hiring a person as a civil servant, and I also have the letter here that was sent to him, Kopakura, that he should be able to stop that. Let me read it out for you this morning. Let me read this out. This is the letter from Kopak, the criminal cura, to one of his appointees. I don't know, I should say appointees, or one of the persons that he hired. It says, Republic of Liberia, Ministry of Labor, P.O. Box, blah, 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 and blah. It says March 14, 2024. Darius K. Wemi, County Ministry of Labor, Ministerial Complex, Congo Town. Dear Mr. Wemi, greetings with compliments and based upon your experiences over the years in various capacities of profession disciplines, you are hereby appointed as Deputy Inspector General for Administration of Labor. The appointment takes immediate effect. Who is Kopakura to appoint a civil servant that is not to be appointed? when the civil service agency, they are still undergoing, I should say, auditing, right? They are still auditing the whole civil service payroll. If there's a freeze on the account, but this man, to show you how corrupt he is, he's appointing Deputy Inspector General. They see me, he wanted him to be the Inspector General, but the president issued letter to another person, giving him the letter as an Inspector General. And then he said, this man, this is where we will lead there, and they will be there, and they will serve at the position. When we talk about it, he took the man from there, and now he gave the man a letter of Deputy Inspector General. But he's doing the Inspector General. So what about this man that you want to this position very quick, that you can't wait for the civil service, so you can pass the civil service test? And the man had not been a civil service at the Ministry of Labor. He had not. So let me go over again. So with compliments and based on your experiences over the years, in various capacities of profession, disciplines, you are hereby appointed as Deputy Inspector General for Administration. What is it they may know about the whole position that they get to in to tell you how corrupt he is? Ministry of Labor, the appointment takes immediate effect. In addition to your terms of reference, which will be provided to you by the Division of Human Resource Administration, you are required to report to your immediate boss for detail of your assignment. While we congratulate you for your preferment, we remain hopeful that you will continue to work diligently and consciously to promote the image of this ministry in order to justify the confidence reposed in you by this administration. Congratulations. Sincerely yours, approved, Ministry of Labor, Councillor Cooper Kura. This particular position we are talking about is a CFR7 position, fellow Liberians. So if we say that on this radio and tell you people that Cooper Kura is a criminal, then you don't want to believe it. If he's not a criminal, if he's not corrupt, why is it that he's going against the law? Why is he appointing a person to a deputy director general position, which is a civil servant position? Why civil servant accounts have been freeze till after 3 months? Why he's doing it? Who gives him the power to do so? Then when we tell people say Cooper Kura corrupt, he's a criminal, then you won't be saying, oh, the man a counselor. He's not. Because he had taken a corrupt behavior from tele and post communication, he carried to Labor Ministry. It is going to be very well, because all of the deals that will come on Cooper Kura text, once it's in his interest, once he's benefiting, he will sign them. Whether it is not in the interest of the Liberian people, he doesn't care. That's the kind of person you have at Labor Ministry. Let me go to Civil Service Agency. It says Republic of Liberia Civil Service Agency, ensuring merit and efficiency in the public service. April 5th, 2024. Councillor Cooper Kura Senior, Minister of Labor. Sincerely, Ministerial Complex, Concota, Monrovia, Liberia. Dear Honorable Kura Senior, the message that was sent to him. With complaints, we acknowledged receipt of your communication dated April 4, 2024 with reference number RL or RL/MOL/CWK/M/28/19, informing the Civil Service Agency of your decision made to transfer or reassign employees of your institution. In this regard, the Civil Service Agency would like to remind you regarding our circular memorandum, which indicates that we are lifting the freeze only for direct replacement. Therefore, you hearing? Therefore, the freeze on new hire and transfer will be lifted after the payroll compliance audit, which will be shortly conducted by the General Auditing Commission. To end this, please note that your action of transferring or reassigning employees is being executed against the CSA's freeze order. Kopokura, how desperate you are. Thank you for your support and cooperation as we strive to implement the arrest agenda for the benefit of the government and the people of Liberia. Arrest agenda where? Somebody will say, you people want to accomplish it, but you have a Kopokura. On the other hand, bringing people, doing things that's against the civil service agency law. And you are saying, you heard it for yourself. I just read it. For those of you watching us via Facebook, here is the document. Let me get it clear. Okay. All right. Here is it. Here is the document. For those of you watching, that is it. If you like, you can screenshot and read. Or you take a picture and read. This is it. This is what Kopokura is doing. His criminal nature in him is showing out. It has been showing out since we have been seeing it. But this is a clear evidence to all Liberians. Here is it. Your Kopokura from Labor Ministry. And that ministry will be messed up. It will be messed up when Kopokura remains there for the next 2 to 3 years. Kopokura has now gone 6 months in office. So neither I say 5 or 3. He has not gone that amount of time in office, but you're seeing what he's doing to civil service. He's now bringing people on board. People who never even took the test. He's hiring them. He will hire everybody that you want to hire and be getting a cut from them. That the corruption we're talking about there. That is just one part of it. Like I said, labor ministry is a lucrative area, right? All of the businesses, whether it interests the country or not, we had another corrupt person to labor ministry for the last 6 years. Very corrupt. Who couldn't speak in the interest of Liberian people. Liberians were suffering in their own country. Lebanese, Indians, they were treating Liberians as slaves. They were working and eating as dogs to these places. He never spoke about them one day. The labor law, he never mentioned it one day. Why? Because he got money from these people. You have thinking that labor ministry will be rescued. You took another corrupt person and put him there. You know, it's something that it hurts. Seeing your fellow Liberians. Let's pause. We see how corrupt he is. We see how he's disobeying the law. He's not a law-abiding citizen. How he's terming the presidents or other as nothing. Because he feels that he can do whatever he wants to do and nothing will happen. Let's pause that. But let's look at Liberians who will suffer if Kopokura leaves there for the next 2-3 years. Liberians, over the past 6 years, they ran to labor ministry for help. They couldn't get one. Their salaries were being taken from them at any time. They won't get paid. They will work tirelessly. They will be treated as dogs. The Lebanese and Indians, they will treat them as if to say they are treating a dog. And nothing will be said about it. When they come with complaints, the labor minister over the 6 years never said one thing about it because you are getting money from the Indians, from the Lebanese, and all, you name them. So they are still not in our own country. Lebanese may tell you, say, but go to the labor ministry, but to come all I will just make one phone call. And what will happen to Kopokura? If the Christmas will be good, you know, for the Eve. And the other Eve is very the Eve even past the Christmas. Because if the man disrespecting the law to that extent, he listening to anybody, he hiring people on his own terms without the HR knowledge, nothing. Then you should know what will happen if the Lebanese people start going to him and start giving him money. Liberians will suffer. That the kind of people we get. That the leaders that we elected, that the leaders that I appointed these people who will make Liberians to suffer in their own country and make foreigners to enjoy themselves because of little or nothing, because they are belly driven. They don't have integrity. I can say that again. Because they don't have integrity. Because if you have one, you will say this country is for Liberians. If they are working, they should be treated rightly. But the highest of all, the law, Kopokura, he going against the law. He's not doing what the law says. Then it said businessmen or women or Liberians who are working for these big companies will go complain to him and he agree. When he not get money from the Lebanese people or in it or Fula or whatever people and put it in his pocket, that would be the least of all things that Kopokura will do. It will be at the last. Because the bigger ones, if you see him, he's doing it now. He got businesses that are now in the interest of the Liberian people. He's checking them, agreeing to them because he got 2 or 3% on it. They say how Liberians will be treated if we don't speak against it now. If we don't speak against it, if we don't talk about it till it reaches the President Bwaka debts. Because he said it during the interview with BBC, one of BBC reporters. He said that if you find out that one of his appointees, they are found in the act of corruption, they will be dismissed right away. It was what he said, worrying on what he said. Though he's not a man of his word, but we're holding on it, we'll still be holding on it so he can be a man of his word. Well, he said you will face the road, he said you will pull something in there, you will pull or he will face the pop holes. Yeah. He said complete pavement. So he's not a man of, and now he said anybody that is finding out of corruption, he will dismiss them immediately. He will be saying these things. Kopokura is disobeying the law of this country. He's disobeying the law in this country. He's disobeying the law. He's not a respecter of the law. That is bad. Very bad. Very corrupt. And he keeps carrying on the corruption at that ministry. He keeps doing it. Nothing being said about it. But I think he's on a time bomb. Pretty soon he will be removed from that ministry because of his corrupt behavior. On Kopokura spending their 6 years down there. The Liberia will be in the mud. The board ministry will be in the mud. Because the people he will bring to work will not even be coming to work. You already seen them. You already putting people on the civil service payroll. So all the civil service people to saying the other thing, it's just fiasco. Because you people are not even contacted. You are not even done with the audits yet. You got Kopokura adding people to the list. so the whole audit been a fiasco. Imagine. This is just the one we know about. You know how many that we don't know about? We are not even know about. You know what is going on there? No, you don't know. It's something that is bad. It's something that we'll talk about, and we will continue to talk about it. The man keeps eating the Liberian people money. Keep eating money at the detriment of the Liberian people, on the quality of the Liberian people. He keeps doing that, and he cares less about it. Keeps stealing. Very corrupt individual. Very corrupt. Very, very much corrupt. But let's take course on this. We'll take course on this up to 9:45. We'll be able to go to the press conference that we held on yesterday. Your call and tell us. Tell us how you're feeling about this corrupt individual at Labor Ministry. And what he not do again. 0770907 0770907 0779003 079003835 0770907 That's the number to call this morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, go ahead.
The news we are seeing, but I'm calling my singing tower.
Okay.
Samira, I need to start my somewhere from. Yeah, party. Yeah, my Cobra party. I will say it better. You know, the people who tell you know, tell me you can come anywhere. They better put tell you come here.
Oh, but they put on line.
I was telling but I thought that you know, I'm going to broadcast itself.
Okay.
Support it better, but give. That you want to be better give.
Okay.
So you go to ministry put your government are fucking and I choose. So this is wrong motel government are fucking and putting it that man fucking. Thank you. My name is Minister Let me call my senior tower.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, how you doing?
Good morning. You're live.
Yeah, thank you. This is the Prophet Emmanuel S. Wati according to Kakada Magidi Kante.
Okay.
I tell God, thank you for Voice of Liberia. I bless God ever so much. You know, the country belongs to all Liberians. You got a working government. If you get an opportunity to work in government, it means you are there to serve. It's not opportunity for you. You are there to serve the Liberian people. And the government promised the Liberian people a lot of things that they will do, that our people voted for them. And the government, nobody is more Liberian than afraid. What we need from the government, we need a peaceful leadership from the government. We need the government to give equal right and justice to every Liberian. Every Liberian should receive equal right and justice. Whether you work with government, whether you not work with government, every Liberian should receive equal right and justice. And what belongs to the nation, it should be shared across the board to all Liberians. Thank you. God bless you and God bless Mama Liberia.
Thank you
for the show.
Thank you. 0770-907-907, 0779-003-835, 0770-907-907. Let's take cost on this. That is how corrupt Kopokura is. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Go ahead.
How are you doing?
You're alive.
Yeah. I think that Kopokura means the president needs to remove it. He's not competent to serve that position. So let the presidency receive and moving because serving the position he's serving, you need to be very, very transparent. If he's corrupt like that, he don't need to be in that position. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. That is it. That is how corrupt the corruption all in him, all in his vein, to the extent that he has become lawless. He's not a respecter of the law which governs the country, not even a respecter of the presidency. He doesn't respect the presidency. That is a Kopokura for you. The labor ministry is in total mess, complete mess. It's why it is in. And if nothing is done now, Liberia will be in the mud when it comes to the whole labor ministry business. We thought that we could have had somebody to the labor ministry with integrity, somebody of integrity, somebody, a person will say, yes, I will do this because this is Liberia and we are fighting for. But somebody who from the very start, they are start employing civil servants, where there's a freeze on civil servants account. They have started already. Where that person will take off, very corrupt man. Good morning. Okay, that person left the line 0770-907-907. That's the number to call to be able to. We're talking about labor ministry. We're talking about the corrupt behavior at labor ministry. We're talking about how Kopokura is employing people, he's hiring people as civil servants, wherein there is a freeze on civil servants list. Currently, he's still hiring people. How corrupt he is to be doing so. That is what we are talking about. That's what we are talking about this morning. Good morning. Go ahead.
From BFN time to be a account. Actually, the topic is well, Kopokura has honor mind as one to honor mind. Take the president to be of. You don't want the rescue mission to be successful. Recommend to the president. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. That is the kind of person we have at the labor ministry. Somebody who will do things that you don't expect. Good morning.
Good morning, man.
Go ahead.
Yeah, cool. Samira, you're very, I know, I mean, I can see the government bit I see, but since the liberal fund that you're welcome, that person, former president, we are telling the people, oh, anytime you, I knew my brother, he went there for 14 years, and nothing, or a person says the money will get better to go grab lawyer with it. He said, my person, I see in there, I got put to it. Better I'm going to go grab, or go grab the law minister with it at that time. We tell them nothing like Joe Richie. Some of them where we get to the people of the brother. I see him, baby, go see me. I got to 100% a challenge, but the discussion say now I see. So much. So I was to get it to I didn't go back begin. Yeah, but I get something from there. Yeah, well, they were sitting that bro. Now for we still got that bro. We the common people in for us.
That all. Good morning.
Hello?
Yes, you're live.
Yeah, I'm Lilia. I'm from Ashland Street.
Okay.
I just want to ask you a question.
You what kind of question you want to ask me, my sister? You want to make your point or you want to ask a question?
Yeah, I want to ask you when you realize that labor ministry are mess, because it's been mess since past 6 years, and you're talking about recent times.
You are not listening. You are not listening, and you won't ask me for me to answer. If you have been listening, I am telling you that over the past 6 years, you had a very corrupt labor ministry, and we thought that Joseph Boaka could have brought somebody great to be able to help the labor ministry, but he did not. He brought another corrupt individual who is very corrupt from the beginning of the whole process. Good morning.
Good morning, Father Abdul.
You are live.
Good morning.
Yes.
Yeah, my name is Isaac James Colley Jr. and I join your conversation from Banga this morning, sir.
Banga, go ahead.
Thank you. You know, Samira, in this country, Boaka came into this country to destroy all sectors, because if you are appointing people, because he said, 42 years experience, he had all it is, and he was prepared. So if Honorable Boaka is appointing unprepared people, these are some of the things you expect to come out of them. And so Kopakura, she's just one of those people who have come to destroy the image of this country and to take all of the resources from this country. And I listened to Yaka yesterday. Yaka said this government will be one of the most corrupt government ever in the history of Liberia, and it's coming to pass. Thank you for always providing all the information. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, my brother. 0770-907-907 for phone counters. 0779-003835. That's the number to call for Bone County this morning. Be able to place in your call. We are talking about the corrupt corporate crack. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
You're live. Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Nicholas Tugon, calling you from the Juba Road area. Yeah, Mama, I'm so glad today to hear you talking about the issue under discussion concerning the Labor Minister Kopokra. I'm a worker at the Seti Brother. And the caller who called will tell you that yes, indeed, they are not paying people. That is true. Sen Kopokra entered the premises of that area, he received bribe. The management has they even decided to pay people off before that time, but now they deny everything. In the it also that they just bringing their on top of us as bosses. We are working there like slaves. Kopokra received the money, he came down, he gave money to the young men and told them that he don't want no protest again. We were present, we saw all of the program that went on. Ended there with Joseph, he ended there with Thomas Father and
okay, that person left the line. Let's take this one. Good morning.
Good morning.
You're live.
My name is Robert, and I call from Broadville. Thank you for this thing. I just want to make some points. You talk about Honorable Cooper Crab. From the past record that I know, Honorable Cooper Crab, he has been one of the most dedicated and serving minister in the past minutes. So I don't know if you talk about
at
him.
Post Telecommunication, right? You got record on him from Post Telecommunication, right?
He was one of the most dedicated.
Did you listen? Did you listen to the turning over ceremony that he had at Ministry of Post and Telecommunication, where Kopa Kura himself attended? You listened?
I didn't get that. Come again?
Did you listen to the turning over ceremony at the Ministry of Post and Telecommunication that Kopa Kura attended?
Was he the last minister? That turned over at the Ministry of Post and Telecommunication?
Yes, of course.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't the last minister. The last minister was Minister Dona. So it wasn't Mr. Cooper crash. So I think you should
So,
be saying.
excuse me. He's a noble man with the documents that I just read here. I think you listen. Since he's a noble man, you think why he did such? Why is he assigning? Why is he hiring people when the civil servants?
When professional people are needed in the ministry, I think the duty of a minister to bring more professional people in to have the work effectively done.
Professional people. So is it right that listen, my brother, don't ask me. Let's have a conversation now. Don't ask me how I brought in the investigation because I just read the paper. Professional person, if you need them, you will bring them in. Does it mean that you should disobey the law within the country too? Because if you say professional person to be a civil servant, you have to take the civil servant test. No, it's not what we are talking about. It's not what. That is not what we are talking about, my brother.
That will go contrary to the Constitution. Mr. Crowd will do the right thing for the country, the benefit of the country.
So what is it? What is it that he just did? What is it he just did? What is it he just did?
Rebrand the Ministry of Labor. So that's what Mr. Crowd is doing. So you should just give him a chance. You do what you can do. He's one of the person in the Baga's administration who is doing his best.
Okay, I've given you a chance for you to talk now. Now you're going to allow me to talk or I will cut you off. You allow me to talk or I will cut you off. Since you can't listen, I will cut you off. You allow me to talk. Mr. Kura is a noble man. That's all he's saying. Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Go ahead.
Good morning.
You're alive, my brother.
Well, my name is Prince Fomo Sharif. I do call from Ganga County. Let me say thank you so much for the show this morning. But the issue about Minister Cooper, we think the president promised the Liberian people, whosoever going to be corrupt in his government, he's going to immediately dismiss that person. And he is a man with word like Hindele. So we are asking him probably, maybe listening private, someone who close to him may be listening. So they can just pass the information over to him that Minister Cooper at the Ministry of Labor seems to be the most corrupt minister ever in his government. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello?
Good morning. You're live.
Good morning, Samira. Good morning. My name is Lawrence Doe, and I call from around the Kibisburg this morning. I'm a bit confused. What Liberians are the brother? I don't want to hit at him, but he's struggling to defend Mr. Kura. You know, and now you just read to all of us what he did there. I mean, most recent.
And civil servant or reply to him and all of that.
And you are asking him if Mr. Kura, as you are saying that he's a noble man, what he just did was all right. He does that. Let the Liberians, you know, this blind loyalty or loyalists we are, we need to put it aside. Kura is not a good guy. We're not talking about his educational background. But he should.
Oh, he left the line. He was actually making a salient point. I thought you don't be a coward, you know, trying to protect people, then you see them wrong. You don't want to talk about it. It shows that you're a coward. 0770907907. The last call. We move on to the next topic. Good morning.
Good morning.
You're alive.
My name is Josh. Follow your
say. My brother, you sounding very low. I'm not even getting you.
Hello.
Yes, I'm getting you now.
Yeah, I am saying that Dr. Cooper is not competent to serve as Labor Minister because he's very corrupt. I follow your show. And because of that, I think the president needs to remove him as a competent person who will serve the Liberian people because they came to rescue the Liberian people. If you are a rescuer, you need to put somebody who will rescue the people and make the people happy. You are there for the people, you're not there for yourself. So, I mean, they let the presidency retain attention. We want competent people that will carry the country to the point that the Liberian people will enjoy it. Not somebody who will rob the country and walk away. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Let me see. Let me take this call. Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Patrick Joma calling from Province. Yeah, but I think they cope up crack and it's not all that the two ministers in the Baka government are representing to the country. One is the Minister of Safety, they went down for that job and they follow to labor there, receiving draft as well. I met two Liberians that in a government and neither waiting from here and there. Every person trying to do something about it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Good morning.
Hello.
You are live.
Hello.
You are live.
Hello.
You are live. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. This is Sammy Joseph. I'm calling from Nico Street. Let me talk about man here. From the day the president appointed Charles Brown over there, we know what he was on there. He brought noise. We heard it on your sister radio stations. Now, you see, in fact, the main record is there. That man can sell justice and all. You hire him to plead case for you. He will go and trade. He will trade with the opposite lawyer, not protecting your interest. They make a record, bad record. So I'm just sorry for us, Liberians. Because a president over there, he's going to do business. In fact, the man was trading as a lawyer. Now you go make him minister. You just put the man in a better place to trade more.
Okay.
So we'll be watching him. We'll export him. We'll make sure if he's here to destroy the rescue mission, we will destroy him before he destroys the rescue mission.
Okay, thank you. That's all the calls we can take on that quickly. That's all the calls. I'm sorry. We cannot take that. I know you want to make your point. We will continue to discuss the labor ministry. Tomorrow we'll discuss Kopokura again. We'll discuss about how corrupt he is. We'll continue to discuss him till he leaves the labor ministry. Continue to put out things that he can do at the ministry. How he's very, very much unlawful at that ministry. He doesn't follow any law. That's the kind of person he is. So yesterday, the PROSA had a press conference, and there was a match that was slated for the 14th of April. And that match was concerning, or it is concerning, the continuous fire incident within the country, and the president, Joe Biden, is not saying anything about it. So yesterday, the press conference was held, but the key issue is that the match was postponed to April 19. Yes, because of the Muslim holidays and also Christian holidays. So postponed to the 19th of April. But few personalities attended the press conference yesterday. Honorable Yaka from District 10 attended the press conference. Small Moaba attended the press conference. Zina Norway attended the press conference. Eugene Colley attended the press conference. Safoko attended the press conference. So let me be able to play to you some of the voices of these people. You'll be able to listen to what they said yesterday at the press conference. And this is what we will close on this morning. First, let's take the Honorable von District voice. Okay. Let me see.
Well, okay. We will give you sleep at night and we'll get you better Liberia. Let me say, I want to be responsible for what I say. I will give you better Liberia. If this statement is a threat, yes, let it be a threat. I stay by it. And I can never reverse it. Says here for now, we're going to solve for another season. We put people in power that don't want to erase themselves. Joe Barker have become a millionaire in less than 3 months. Is this the government we want to change? You think I will regret? You think I will sit in my closet and say, wow, I voted against president at the job we are? No, that is behind us now. We are moving forward. The commitment.
Let me get this voice here.
So, President Bouaka, as you are coming to impeach Yake for referring to you the way he referred to you, I can assure you that we have gotten almost 2/3 signature to impeach you as the president of the Republic of Liberia. And I know that Yake, even though we don't stand together, but you will sign on my document to make sure that we impeach that old man who sleeps from 12 to 4 o'clock. People say Frank Safogo Jr. is a kissy man. Yes, I'm a kissy man. I hail from Foya district. But I can assure you, being Kisi, man, our traditional solidarity does not supersede the solidarity of Liberia. Liberia remains our common denominator, and there is no man and no man should ever be above the people of Liberia. I stand by and wave the Constitution, the bylaws and Constitution of the Republic of Liberia, and I will never, never in my whole life compromise the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. President Bouaga, since he took over, he had just been preaching the laws of the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. That is very insane. And this makes me to understand that this old man is not driving, he's not governing this country. This old man is not in charge.
Okay, so that is Honorable Frank Safoko from yesterday at the PROSA press conference. That was his remark. Let's get Eugene Colley remark.
Old man Bouaga needs to listen to the cries of the people. Our people horses are burning. Increasing rice price. Transportation. Not a single machine has been placed on a road. Those feeder roads. And you said to us in 90 days, no car will hitch in the mud. Total contradictions. Cancellation of fees. Who paid those fees? Who paid those fees? When you told us yesterday that the former president was in the wrongs. But today we are seeing that you are more wrong than the president. At this time, during President William, roads in Monserrato County and other counties were already laid out. Every day you're making mistakes. Appointment, and withdrawing at the same time. Total eye and drop. What I can say to you, Swakoko district being a historical district, I, as the representative of that district, will plead to the indulgence of our people to make sure that we're part of the 19th protest. It is because of you, we were just in section, but we have to leave. Because you elected us to stand for you. And if we hear your cry, we must be able to come to you. The beginning of every success is a history. Today marks a history that you call your leaders to come and listen to you. We will be part of the process with our sweat and our blood to make sure that Liberia is stabilized under this regime.
All right, so that was the voice of Honorable Eugene Colley. Now let's have the voice of
government need to open their eyes and do what is necessary. I will say this today. I will indulge the peaceful protest when it is peaceful. And another thing to that is this, not just to go about doing the protest. What we should take into consideration is the solution. How can we mitigate things that the government is not doing? And one way to do that is to make sure that we as lawmakers look at the budget. In the budget, on the Ministry of State and Presidential Affairs, there is a code 22103 that has things to do with food and catering. The allotment there is $32,000 United States dollars. But when you come to the issue of fire veteran, then we have another issue that I talk about from the same Ministry of State. I talk about celebration. Celebration, you have $2 million plus United States dollars. But when you come to the Disaster Management Agency, you have 700,000. So what are we thinking? The budget needs to be people-driven. The budget needs to have impact on society and not a budget that is been sent down to sector. Because when you send the budget to sector, you are sending it in your own pocket. If you send it to health ministry, you can go and collect and place it in your pocket. So the issue of even goods and services, which is wrong. We need to minimize the issue of goods and services and focus on our very hospital. I can tell you today, if you look at redemption budget is less, 300,000. If you look at Gene David budget today, Gene David budget is just 200,000. If you look at the TV program, NVTC today is 4,000 United States dollars. That's less. Again, I endorse the protest when it is peaceful.
Okay, that was the voice of Small Moba from yesterday press conference that was held by PROSA. So let's get Yeke Koluba voice.
Joseph Walker, I know you're sleeping, but let me say to you, if you don't govern this country well, we will give you sleeping night and we'll give you better Liberia. Let me say, I won't be responsible for what I say. I will give you better Liberia. If this statement is a threat, yes, let it be a threat. I'll stay by it. And I can never reverse it. Says here for now, we're going to suffer for another season. We put people in power that don't want to erase themselves. Joe Barker have become a millionaire in less than 3 months. Is this the government we want to change? You think I will regret? You think I will sit in my closet and say, wow, I voted against President that the job we are? No, that is behind us now. We are moving forward. The commitment made to me by President Barker, he lied on an oath. So if you put in, I'm here to bluff or I'm here to get popular, you waste your time. We will be in the struggle, and we are in the struggle together. On the 19th, we will make our presence felt. And when we are making our presence felt, the people know that it's very, very serious. Yeah. Because you don't see joke in my face. Yeah, people say I can take coups, that the coups can make me behave that day. But I'm waiting for the president to get ready so we can go to and do the part 1 test and see if you will pass that test. And I know you will not pass it because I took part 1 to him and he drank it. We are here to endorse the peaceful protests, and we'll make our commitment to that protest. And we will be there in good faith, not for violence. We know we don't have a national security here anymore, but we have partisan security that taking instruction from Prince Moy and the Minister of State. So I hope you're not taking the thing for a joke, because we are in it and we will move. If we have to go to jail, we'll go to jail. Let me say thank you. I hope we don't bypass our commitment. The reason why the people love me is because when I say we're moving, you can bring a truck full of money. When I come back, we'll take it. But let me accomplish my mission first. And now we will do on that day. When they bring it down, yeah, keep it, yeah. After the protest, we'll divide it, yeah. Let me say thank you and God bless her.
Okay, so that was the honorable Yaga Koluba. Let's take Zina Norman from yesterday's press conference. Yes. Let's be able to have his voice. Yeah, quickly. What is going on? Let me refresh. Okay. I'm trying to get this one, but I'm not getting it. Let me see as to if I can get it quickly.
We want to assure the young people that come on that day. I can assure you, the sons and daughters of Bapulu County stand with you with the all to support the process on that day, but in good faith. Let me say to Ome Bwagai, our people in trusting with the country, they must do the needful things. Or it was good yesterday, it should be good today. Few days ago, we were here, and our people say we want that change. Today, the change are here. You never came to guard the people, to protect the people, to break down homes. Yeah. Today, our sisters, our mothers are homeless. While Bwaka living in comfort zones, the sons and daughters enjoying life. Today, our mothers and our sisters are homeless. We want to say to Ome Bwaka, order. We want to say, Ome Bwaka, you need to desist. If you can desist, the master that brought you to power will have no regret, but to change you overnight. We'll be here on that day. You will see face. You will see men and women will be standing tall on that day with you. We're all fair and favor, but the same caveat to Ome Human Bwakai. Our people homes are burning every night. You are make our people homeless, Ome Bwakai. You need to desist. I want to say to the young people, take courage. Today I can stand before you as a leader. You can stand before the scene to serve as a leader. It's just a matter of time. And be faithful and know what you want. Not about the size, but about the mind. I want to say to the young people, we'll stand with you, with our all, with our blood and soul, to make sure we can send a caveat to Ome Bwakai.
Okay, so you listened from yesterday press conference held at PROSA. These were some political figures, some political persons who attended the press conference. You had Honorable Frank Safoko, you had Honorable Eugene Colley, you had Honorable Small Moba, you had Honorable Yakia Koluba, you had Honorable Zina Norman, and they all said that they are in support of the peaceful march if it is in good faith. They all said it, and you listen. And the march is strictly with the fire victims. These people who their homes caught fire and homes continue to catch fire. They are saying that there's nothing being done about it. So they want for the government to do something about it, and they want to know why is it that houses continue to catch fire? What is the issue with the continuous fire within the country? You listen, and it's about time that we'll be able to call it a day. We cannot take more calls on this because we are out of time. Radio is time. But you listened. Let me say that it has been a very, very, very much fascinating discussion this morning. Wherever you followed this broadcast from, those of you that dropped a comment on the Facebook, those of you in the 15 political subdivision that followed this program, I would like to say thanks to all of you. Continue to follow this program. Now, last, continue to follow Voice of Liberia, because we are the only voice of Liberia. This is a platform where it will bring the truth to you. We bring it along with our pieces of evidence.
African soldiers who fought for freedom.
Once again, let me say happy Ramadan.
African soldiers who fought for freedom. Some are dead and some are living. Those that are dead are still fighting.
And that is Happy Eid Mubarak Day. So all Muslims in and out of Liberia, all Muslims. And let me say this one. This is a special one from me to the CEO, Sekou V. Sharif. And as a co-host on the program, Good Morning Liberia, I would like to say Happy Eid Mubarak Day to you, Sekou V. Sharif.
African soldier. African soldier, show your power.
And so I'll see you on tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. I would like to say thank you. Patrick T. Sahi have been here making sure that all of what I do in studio, it reaches you successfully. So I would like to say, Patrick, thanks. He's one of the best producer, as a matter of fact, in Force of Liberia. But let me say thank you. It was a wonderful time talking politics and other issues that relate to the country. My name is Samira Wonlah. Of course, I am Samira Wonlah. And this is how I call it a day on Good Morning Liberia. Let's have a pleasant midweek.